Money in Jamaica is printed by Thomas Delarue and Company and Geisek Derwent out of Germany. Thomas Delarue and Company is out of London. They print British money. Thomas Delarue and Company prints 150. No, Ras Gadites, them can't say what. Let me remind you, Gadites. I'm in a compound maroon. I'm in a compound. You know what that mean? Gadites. They have to fear me. I'm asking them to fear me. I'm not asking them that enough. They must fear me because I stand on holy ground, Gadites. Gadites must stand on holy ground with an ancient, ancestral, indomitable power. 1738, the British royal family surrendered to my ancestors at Kimbertree. They must fear me, Gadites. Set me up. You don't understand, saying doing this, me I set them up. And me I set them up, Gadites. Them never set up our people, them set up who are run them down, Gadites. Watch the talk, set up with I people.
I know that you're afraid. You're afraid of us. You're afraid of change. I don't know the future. I didn't come here to tell you how this is going to end. I came here to tell you how it's going to begin. I'm going to hang up this phone, and then I'm going to show these people what you don't want them to see. I'm going to show them a world without you. A world without rules and controls, without borders or boundaries. A world where anything is possible. Where we go from there is a choice I leave to you.
Fresh Radio Vibes, the most feared internet radio station on planet Earth. The resistant radio station.
Cross, hungry, miserable.
Radio Vibes. Fresh Radio Vibes. Fresh Radio Vibes. The most feared internet radio station on planet Earth. The resistant radio station.
This is King Alibaba, and I represent for the International Morning Ride Show. You me told you. Out up, this is King Alibaba, straight out of my record, and I represent for what you don't know, the International Morning Ride Show. Every Monday to Friday from 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. with the five masterman like Gadites. See me told you. Out up, this is King Alibaba, straight out of my money record, Jamaica, and I represent for the International Morning Ride Show. Every Monday to Friday from 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. with
Don't let them set you up. No, they will set you up. Hey, what is man that Jah is mindful of him? When every day the world is mingled up in sin, we see them all opposing and show off. Don't let them set you up. Don't let them set you up. No, I don't wanna be set up. Don't let them set you up. Set you up, yeah. Every man had the same chance. Every man had the same dance. Everybody in a romance, like the world in a lost trance. Fighting against the things to make us all. Yes, to live as one, but they've got a master plan. Don't let them set you up.
How we sounding on the outside?
Set you up. No, no.
Grand Rising, Grand Rising. Cameraman, can you get us all sorted out, please?
No, no. People are gonna talk, people are gonna laugh. Oh, my friend, them say no watch the dog go your back. Oh no, but some of them stole it last.
Don't let them.
No, no. set we up. No, no. Marcus Garvey still living. We're living out of Babylon. Oh yes. And they can't stop no time. The progress of this nation. No, no. So don't let them set you up. Don't let them set you up. No, no. Don't let them set you up. No, no. Don't let them set you up. No, no. Rascada is in the place. Standing up. Yes, for the human race. Rascada is in the house. But we bundle to Babylon. East, west, north, and south. Don't let them set you up.
What them depend? What them depend? What them depend? Grand rising to all the revolutionaries, you know. Yes, we're moving into this revelation of time where wisdom cried out in the streets. Wisdom, knowledge, and understanding. Our people suffer not because of any materialistic or anything that our eyes can see. It is knowledge, wisdom, and understanding. Grand rising to the Anukians. Yes, I.
Oh yeah. It takes a revolution to make a solution. Too much frustration.
Too much frustration right now.
So much confusion.
Yes, sir. Yes, yes.
I don't wanna live in the past.
I don't want to live in the past. I don't want to live in the past. Come on now.
Ain't trust no shadows after dark. So my friend, I wish that you could see.
Big up to Mama Sharon. This will link you, Mama Sharon. Never link you right now. I said the captive must be free. Yeah.
Never make a politician.
Never make a politician grant you a favor.
So much confusion.
I was born in the midwife up here, no.
I don't.
And she make sure I'm born in a private hospital and hold on to my afterbirth. And carry my afterbirth come plant in a tree up there, so you know. And I have piece of my afterbirth in a bucket with some rum and some ganja, and anytime I get scared or damaged, I still have the stem cells that made my life, Gadites.
The captive must be free. Yeah.
Never make a politician.
Grant you a favor. Yes, gotta pick up the UK. Corporation is full in effect right now.
Control you forever.
Yeah, yeah.
If I fly, I make you burn.
Love and share, like and care. Come on, come on. I'm gonna go to the groups in a minute. We're already inside the groups right now. Rasta Day on top, yeah.
This is not a drill. This is the real McCoy. Gadites will stand firmly, immovably, indomitably on holy ground. Because they surrendered to us in 1738, you know. But remember, you know, Gadites, that was after 80 years of war with the British. And 150 years of war with the Spanish. You see, they tried to make it look like it was only 80 years. No, it was 80 years with the British, Gadites. It's a
Yeah, this is the show that actually got the entire earth vibrating right now. Righteousness exalted the nation. Sin is a reproach unto every single living human being. Got to face our fears. We've got to face the reality. Yes, we've got to. We've got to. Together, together, together.
Let's ride.
Pull that up again. Pull it.
Positive vibration.
This is the kind of energy we need to conquer any situation.
Everybody shake up we boys.
We know so them a plan them thing, you know. But them say meanwhile man a plan a wipe out Zane. Give thanks to the rain, let's go. Shout out to all our conscious people and the people who are rising, getting themselves up, motivated.
Lift up we energy, get carried away with positive vibration.
Pull that up again. Pull it up again.
Representing always my brethren, Rasgadites, right here on what? Fresh Radio Vibes. Keep it locked. And the best in the reggae dancehall music. See? No one plays the best. Rasgadites, run through.
Again.
It's a touch, it's a word, it's a beat.
Hey, up.
It is a vibe, a feeling it make we dance till we can't dance no more. Jump up and down and make we mash up the floor.
Again.
Move and shake to the drum and the beat.
Yeah, man, we just keep it real right here, sir. Start off, I want to big up to the woman called Red Snapper. Just check in the Red Snapper production, big up on yourself. Would have touched base with one of the artists out of the clan today, you know, yes, I.
A gift from Jah uniting generations. Positive vibration. Make happiness just skin off your teeth. The dancer go blow in the street. Like Baba Jelly do spread all the love. And tell the people it was sent from above.
With some positive, every single day, that is what we do. We give some positive vibration, positive inspiration. Must say, yo, first day, the panel was off the shizzle. Big up to the man named Aymara. Strong Lion, yeah, we have some Strong Lion to tune again, I think, today. What are you? Word up.
Positive vibration.
Hey. We have to motivate. We have to communicate. We must emancipate.
Make a change and celebrate.
Religion, science, and spirituality. The cornerstone of what we're gonna touch on today on the International Grand Rising show right here on Fresh Radio Vibes, broadcasting in the four corners of the earth.
Positive
Vibration.
Positive vibration.
Positive. Formulation. Again, say
150 years of war with the Spanish,
DJ, pull that up again.
So we don't forward anything. We don't care about them system. We don't give it authentication. So we are set. We are at this point now where we are able to, if we're ready to articulate and edify ourselves. Because here's what we have, and this is what the Maroon lands and the Maroon stance is. The fact that we present a geographical point of reference of that autonomy. I don't care where you're born. If you come and you say you're wanted, you come under the indigenous Ashanti banner. You have a jurisdiction through which to separate yourself from them. And that's what Maroon leadership must be effecting. That is power. when we have 20 million and 40 million and 35 million people who are part of this indigenous nation, backed by the historicity of the surrender at Kimber Tree and the fact that we were never defeated, never.
Don't let the things they're saying do
weaken your heart and conquer you.
just make your life.
Yo, we out. Let's show you right now. Go to the UK branch. Cause we hear some little violation take place. We hear that some violation take place, and we are getting to it right now.
It's great. Keep the faith.
Uppy mighty people. Uppy mighty people.
Get on up,
Stand up, fight back. Don't give in. Fight to win, yeah. Get on up, stand up, fight back.
We're asking you to share right now.
Get on up, stand up.
And I said, don't be a fool this time. No, yeah.
Don't be afraid of the wicked and heartless.
Remember the word that your father said.
So you'll see.
Big up the County General, you know what I mean, Neil Blois.
Abuser, treated like a fool.
You're well protected. Gotta say big up to Florida right now. Grand Rising to Florida, Michelle in the building.
Get on up, stand up, fight back.
Strong Lion, the Bahamas in the building.
Stand up, fight back. Fight to win, yeah.
Yes, I.
Get on up, stand up, fight back. Don't give in, no.
You gotta get on up, stand up. Gotta say big up to Debbie Reynolds, Debbie inside the house right now. Also, the daughter of a Kong town. Yes, I. Big up the Dr. Calder, Miku Bailey. Also the one very in the building, UK stand up. Bullpost, Tough Gun, big up on the cell.
Just live your life and wanna true.
And I know Jah will see you too.
They all want to see you fall and stumble.
They wanna see you fall and stumble along the way.
Yeah, it's great. Keep the faith. He'll guide you day by day.
Get on up, stand up, fight back.
Don't give in, no.
You gotta get on up, stand up,
Fight back.
fight to win, yes. Get on up, stand up,
Fight back.
don't give in, no. Get on up, stand up, and don't be a fool. I am so proud of our people right now.
Don't you let them push you over.
No way down now.
Don't let them push you over.
No.
Don't be afraid of the wicked and heartless.
Remember the power to rise the stage.
So you see.
And you'll never be defeated.
Abuser, treated like a fool.
You're well protected.
Hold on. DJ, could you stop? I think we have some news coming in.
Dr. Yanis, and she's just going to share what's happened for her. Lady C.
Yes, good afternoon. Thank you, Dr. Merlin. I brought my son Nathan because he's been suffering with epilepsy for the last 11 years. And meeting Dr. Yanis today has given us back our lives. He has made us see there's a light at the end of the tunnel. My Nathan has been to several doctors, but none like Dr. Yanis. I'm just so overwhelmed. I'm beaming. I'm getting back my son, Dr. Yanis. He tested Nathan. I sat with him and I watched everything that he's done. And at the end of all what he did, he actually found what was causing Nathan to be seizing. I've been to several doctors. I've paid a lot more than what I paid to Dr. Yanis today. So I would thank you, Dr. Merlin. Dr. Yanis actually wrote a prescription, gave Nathan the prescription, gave Nathan his business card, and us to give that prescription to a doctor so that Nathan can have a blood test, and then when we get the result back, Dr. Yanis gave us his details that we can email him, WhatsApp him, and then he will work with Dr. Merlay to cure my beautiful husband.
Wow. There you have it right there. Another miracle that has just taken place under the Nyankopong, you know what I mean, government. We are doing great things. We are doing great things. And sometimes the things that we're doing may look a bit small to, you know, people who are not used to that sort of miracle taking place. But, you know, that's a lady has a son. And, you know, he was diagnosed with some problems. And, yeah, it was put forward to our attention, and you know, we dealt with it. I think Sister Ayota, she is calling us. It may be a serious situation as usual. First and foremost, we want to give credence to our listeners. Yesterday we did a show on the River Muma, aka the Mermaid. It's been building. For those who are on our YouTube channel, we're asking you please to go over there now and subscribe, because this is not a drill. This is real, people. It is as real as it gets. Let me just big up the likes of Mr. Mark Cameron. Big up yourself, because you are doing great things and we like the link that we're getting. Red Snapper, thank you so much for reaching out to us for this campaign that we are pushing. Now, as you heard for yourself, this Grand Rising show is not a show that we don't deal with certain things. We try to make our people get the fullness as to what's going on. Talking about that, our desk has just operated the Caribbean link. Wow, big up to CNW for partnering us with us, giving us some of these great headlines. Headlines goes as Rwanda president to pay 3-day state visit to Jamaica. The Corporation of Jamaica is going to have the president of Rwanda there. Bermuda ex-premier Dr. Ewart Brown says independence could end racism in Bermuda. There's a lot of places that is using that word carelessly, racism. I don't know, racism in a society that has a mixed population, I don't know, because most of the position in our countries are held by maroons that work, so it's our classism. Then you have judge uphold Florida's 24-hour wait period for abortion. So if you find out that you're pregnant, you have to go wait for 24 hours if you can deal with it. Dominica to benefit from multi-million-dollar loans and grants from the CDB. Looking at that very closely. Of course, we have ECL AX examine economic impact of COVID on Latin America and the Caribbean. And then you have Suriname in the implement debate database to fight illegal fishing. There's also a concern that the MDCPS honors the 2022 AFS CME support panel of the year. St. Vincent allowed tourists to get married within 24 hours of landing. That is another economical boost. People will be taking up that opportunity. Another in Dominica mountain chicken under pressure for survival. A lot of the bullfrogs in Dominica is being consumed by locals who have it as a delicacy, especially the back legs. Trail open in Florida up the lawsuit case against Walgreen. Not Walgreen alone, have to sue some other of these people also, you know. Of course, we're heading into the news department, and if you have any other news that you want to chime in, we can get it. I understand that Carifta is going on, and we're going to go into the sports department and see what that is about. The phone line is open, of course, and feel free to dabble in and let us chat, because there's a lot of things going on that we want to touch on. Today we are opening the books of the religion and spirituality. So if you're a pastor, a man of the cloth, or a woman of the cloth, you have some form of religious overstanding, some part of spiritual overstanding, feel free to come on board and let us, you know, let's see what's popping. Let's say the phone line is operated. Of course, we want the president going to Jamaica. That can be something that may spun off a lot of things. But as I said before, let's find out about our stories that's kicking in. We know that sports is very much up in hand. Carifta may be moving to a different thing. Big up to Etta. I want to say big up to Etta over there in the British Virgin Islands. She has been one of those great sunshine in there. In sports this morning, we have Sunshine Girl Jackie Fowler helped West Coast Fever Mountain unbeaten. Of course, we also have Reggae Girls hurt final round berth when they meet Dominican Republic. And rugby boy roof notch first that tick for Rangers. See if our lines are not operating as how they should, but we promised that we would have gone over to the office of the Maroons and see how best we could. Wow, this is a big group right here. Hope we get some form of understanding. This group is a large group, but it's our understanding this morning that there may have been some misunderstanding when some hooligans who might think that we are not in accordance with what's happening came on property and let some little foolish things happen. We're trying to get to that. But before that, seeing that we are inside the Caribbean news and international news is coming up shortly, let us also take time out to just big up everyone who is sending in the information for us. It is very, very serious. What's popping on our radar? Let's see what's popping. Yes, sir, we do have something. The Maroon government has gone global. It has been global for a while, you know, and people who tend to. So, you say Uno, I will say Uno, you know. Uno make Andrew and let's go on $10,000. Me, myself, I'm going to make Uno get on the ID. Now, never call look for you, you know. Yes, so people, Uno see it, you know. A Maroon government around the world, you know, big up the empire in our office, you know, because you know I four corner anywhere we go. Right now, people are saying Maroon. So, it's streets youth, them are said, the police, them are said, the soldier, them are said, the doctor, them are said, the lawyer, them are said, and the judge, them are said. So, right now, Maroon government, you know, no other government no make sense, you know. I swear to you, yeah, because you see it for yourself. You get me? Yeah, big up the empire and big up my driver. You know him now in the video, but big up my driver in a real life. So we there one part in a half a tree, a burn up road, cause you know the thing go, the work ever put in, big up quantum polarity. One of the next big thing. You know see this Friday on TVJ Smile Jamaica. Yes, this is the man himself. That's Maroon Boss, and we got a link with Maroon Boss too, cause a lot of things are going on.
I I wanted to make this post, and I don't usually post this because I'm quite private and quite selective about what I share, but I felt compelled to share this with you, just for you to get an understanding of the mechanisms of this institution, of this society that we're living in. Alright, so I've been sectioned under Section 3, the Mental Health Act. I've been, over the last few years, been in and out of mental health institutions about 4 times within 1 year. Okay, so I'm under Section 3 now, and I've been here for about 3.5 weeks. Okay, I'm in a stable condition. I've been under medication, which I don't agree with. I've been here for 3.5 weeks, and I'm now ready to be discharged. Having a conversation with the doctors about my discharge, they have now given me conditions, and if I don't accept these conditions, I will be in here indefinitely, which is fundamentally just like not okay. The 2 conditions that they've said is that I go back into the community, that I agree to being injected with risperidone or some kind of medication that's supposed to be antipsychotic. Yeah, and that's another thing. I'll get into that another time. Antipsychotics, they want to give me free injections because they believe that when I'm out there, I'm not going to take my medication. Okay. They also say that on the second condition to this being discharged is that if I don't take this injection, then they can, under Section 3, reinstitute me back into this place. So basically, I'm still under section outside, even though I'm outside, and I'm stable and I'm well now. Okay. So that's the one thing, right? They've also, now that I've disagreed to this, because fundamentally I've told them I don't agree with injections, I don't agree with this institution, and I don't believe it is suitable for my well-being. Yeah. I've not been eating any food because the food here is terrible. It's not nutritional. There's hardly anything to do for me. This is supposed to be a place of my healing and of my well-being, but quite frankly, I've had to do all myself. Look, if you can see, I've got my yoga mat, I've got the arts that I've been doing, got my puzzles. I'm doing everything myself to keep myself in a stable place. This place is supposed to be a hospital, which is supposed to be like center for modern healing, yeah. But I will show you in the next few days.
Yes. Hold on. I think we may have the beautiful Vanessa on our line. Chief Vanessa. Momentarily. I merely reached out to your office this morning because I got some information, for a better word, that something transcended and I wanted to see if everything was all right in the UK office.
Okay, so the best thing for me to do is to give you an update in about an hour because I'm having a conversation. So I don't want to say anything until I've got the full details.
Within an hour, we'll be here because we in the corporation of the US also, we are looking with a branch. It's a tree. So any vibration happen in the limbs, we feel it also. Feel free to call us back when you're through, but we're going to get to it. We just want to say that let civil minds and hearts and heads, reign. We know that we're in a stampede, but we're in control of the stampede, not them.
Absolutely. We'll call you straight back, okay?
Yes. Thank you so much. All right. That is the UK office right there. And we don't want to get into certain details, but before Chief Vanessa gave us that call, we were playing a tape because there is a systematical plan right now to showcase our people who are awakened as that we're either stupid, we're mad, we don't know what we're doing. The tape I was playing was showcasing the authorities holding on to someone and determined by their society standard that this person is a mad person. This is something that you may laugh over, but they're doing these things where they're kidnapping maroon people, especially the ones who have the copper skin like myself. They're purposely kidnapping our people and now putting them in institution that can decide if you are sane or insane. The standard that they're using is one that is very barbaric. They're also not allowing people to eat the kind of food that they want and exercise their human given rights. Let me play the tape again, because a lot of us here are just here for the show, but this is not a show, okay?
So they're taking away my escort, my leave to go outside, and now to be escorted by someone. The reason for this is because they believe that I'm going to run away, okay? I've been in mental institutions, care units, whatever you want to call them, for a period of 2 months, collectively, over 2 months. In that time, I've not run away once. So why they fear that I'm going to run away and now have taken my leave, I don't know, yeah? Okay. This also reminds me of the time, so during this section, yeah, they put me on diazepam and olanzapine. Diazepam, when I looked through the breakdown, is supposed to relieve muscle tension, relieve anxiety, and other things. And I said to the doctor when I met them, I don't have any anxiety right now. My muscles are not tense. Why am I being put on this? You know what she said to me? She said to me, the reason why she put me on diazepam is because she feels intimidated by me. That's the reason why I'm on flipping diazepam.
Serious time, people. Serious time, and you may be laughing, but it's a situation where the corporation, these mechanisms that they're putting in place is mechanism that benefits them. Can you imagine that they take away your child, they take away your rights, and they can take away your mental status also. There's a lot of people out there playing fool to catch wise. What you need to get is your maroon ID, people. Get your hands on your indigenous maroon ID. The number to call is 260-209-8730. You need to give us a call, because this is very serious. When we say maroon government, nothing else to make sense. A lot of people laugh, but it's not
Africans, do you know why the main goal of colonization was to totally depopulate and involuntarily mix the entire African continent in order to repopulate it with other races? Well, I have a message for black people. So if you're not black, you can stay. But if you're black, I want you to listen, and listen good. The reason why history repeats itself is because the world is cyclic, and whatever goes around must come back around. There was a time that Africa ruled Europe for 800 years. And when I say ruled, I don't mean with guns and ammunition, but with knowledge, love, light, and black excellence. So now, I want you, black child, to know that we have cycled back to that time. A time when the kingdom of God belongs to the poor and the slaves, and mine is just to cut and raise. Yours is to step into your awareness of self. Yours is to go back within and get into union with your ancestors, your DNA. Get your ancestral membership back and remember all that you are. Because among you are the descendants of the likes of Mansa Musa, kings, queens. Among you are the DNA of the Talai, the tribe of the Lion of Judah. Among you are the inventors of the hieroglyphics. Among you are the architectures of the great pyramids, the incredible mathematics of the Ishango bone. Among you are the DNA of the Moors, the teachers of all modern European technology. Among you are the DNA that mentored great European philosophers like Pythagoras. As a black person, the DNA of slavery and colonization is not the only DNA that you carry, and they know that. The ancient, great African civilization is still present and imprinted deep in your soul. They can ban all the books and ruin all the universities, but your DNA is present. Your memory is present. Your ancestral knowledge is present deep in your soul and is yours forever. All I want to say is that there was a time they wanted to wipe you all off or mix you all up, so there was no one left to remember. There was a time that remembering who you are would have been a great crime, and so the ancestors had you forget to protect you. But I'm here to assure you that it is now safe to remember the African royalties among you. It is time for black people to experience the excellence of their own blackness. It is time to awaken the extreme talents and excellence that are deeply rooted within you. It is now safe to show the world who you are. Go within and remember. Join into one with your ancestors.
And then my yo. Why them the corner so fi defend now? Yo. Serious and no yo heavyweight. Oh no sound the banker, we ready fi go mad. But Maroon and Nolan no fi stop chat fast. And they a wanna allow the Maroon them. Sweep on the star and the sun and the moon them. Rice pickaxe and the fork and the spoon them. We march out and go bust them balloon them. Tell them say fi loud the Maroon them. Them say them hot but we have where fi cool them. Both Maroon and Nolan a must fi fool them. The chief saying don't line up him tool. Maroon bloody now with Maroon bloody now with. Me no live a compound Maroon bloody.
The phone lines are open now. The phone lines. Hold on.
Pull that up again. Pull it. And then my yo. Why is that Maroon them become as of defend now? Yo. Serious and no yo anyway. Oh no sound the banker, we ready fi go mad. But Maroon and Nolan no fi stop chat fast. And they a wanna allow the Maroon them. Sweep on the star and the sun and the moon them. Rice pickaxe and the fork and the spoon them. We march out and
to be honest, the society that we grew up in, they always taught us things their way, but not necessarily the right way. Yeah, or the true way. But we just take what them say and we live with it until we live and grow up and we learn more and we learn a different side to everything. Yeah, alright. Ripe banana take for instance. People all over the world, when they eat ripe banana, them peel the ripe banana, throw away this, what they call the skin, which is a very substantive part of the ripe banana, is the outer layer, what we call the skin. Yeah. So I am here this day with a ripe banana, and I am going to let you people know that ripe banana is very nutritious for your system. Yeah. But it is not nutritious for your system unless you eat it as it is, because the nutrients is in the outer layer of the banana. People call it the skin. Now you know when you use the term skin, it seems to be like it's no good. So you must always peel things and throw away the skin. But I am telling you that these things does not carry skin. These just carry an outer layer. And the outer layer can be eaten just like mango, apple, you know.
Yeah man, words of wisdom from the Maroon community. We're saying that our Maroon people,
so we have ladies.
Our Maroon people have a tremendous legacy to be proud of, you know, and you know, it's nothing to be embarrassed about. You will hear people scorn how you do things, but you know, like for instance, the very banana that he was talking about, he was explaining to us that instead of you know, peel the banana and throw away the skin, you eat all of it. So our phone line is very much available. Strong Lion is just sending something. Let's see how the phone lines are going again. We just spoke to Vanessa. We cannot tell you about the developing story as yet, but we're going to let you know. It's breaking news right over here, and there's a lot of things we need to touch on. As you see, the headlines have been touched on, and I think now we can get over to some of the details of concern that we have on our plates. We just want to make sure that everyone that is joining us is aware of what's going on. Big up to the beautiful Michelle. As always, she's here at the disposal of our people. Yes, and I tell you already that I am offering Michelle the position of that Secretary of State. I think we are here with Counsel General. He's inside the green room, of course. Grand Rising, Counsel General.
Yeah, greetings, Chief Gadites and all people on board right now, you know. One love, everybody. Yes. We're here, we're driving at the same time.
Yes, sir. You're on the road. The weather is great in your neck of the woods.
Beautiful weather too, you know, as usual with Florida, you know, sometimes it's on and off, but today just beautiful. And we just across from the river and it's beautiful, I tell you. Boats on the water, people moving.
Yes, sir. I had to touch base with you because I got a piece of material today that is very, very, very serious. And, you know, we have to look into it. The other day, you know, we are seeing an increase in kidnapping and an increasing with medical authorities now working with the law enforcement to not only kidnap our people, but to label them as insane. And this is something that we really need to look into. The tapes are coming in, you know. And
definitely.
Yeah, it's a concern. It's a concern. You can stay on our line if you choose. You know, we're going to link up with the UK office. We just got a message from the Scottish Maroons saying that they are also in some meeting. We're working on the fullness of what is going on. We know that there has been a situation. We don't want to dig into the fullness, but we know that there are some unscrupulous ignorancy that is going round, and we want to touch on that fully. While we have Counsel General who is doing the road for us right now, because it's very serious that we do the road. I think we can try to see how best we get some other additive to the fullness. Our security office, I want to say grand rising to the security office that is doing an excellent job. The Karamanti Warriors, they have everything on board. I must say that having your phone, people, is very, very important. It is part of your office, and I urge everyone, not only your phone, if it reaches to pen and paper, remember we're going to use everything at our disposal to get this going. We're joined by the one and only. We're joined Birdseye. To the girl that said the artist has someone. I bet she not. Where are you? You're at the council. Sound like you're with some dignitary. Birdseye. I don't want to interrupt your dignitary links, you know. Birdseye?
Yeah.
If you can't talk, if you can't talk right now, let me know, you know. The one and only Mr. Mark. Grand Rising, sir.
Yeah, man. I finish up.
Yeah.
Like a meeting. I'm down at Dukuna restaurant.
Oh my gosh. But Mark, finish up. Yes.
Yeah.
I'm at Dukuna restaurant. We're doing Atlanta.
Oh yes.
We're doing a show in Atlanta for Memorial Day weekend. So
yes.
I spirit the effort there, you know? So
yeah.
I'm down here.
Yeah. Well,
you have the video option on this?
Yes, I do. I do have the video option on it. Right.
Go on it.
Oh Lord, see, I am live, people, and Mark, let me link you forward on our thing. I send you something, then we can get that link. But within an hour time, I'm here until 2:00, and we have to do some more expanding on what you're doing down there. Atlanta, you're preparing for right now.
Yes, for the carnival, and we're going down there to make our presence known, because we're gonna be shifting to another property over there.
My God, and
you know, so
Birdseye is right there, ready for Atlanta, you know, Mark. But anyway, I need to make a link. She's the ambassador. Birdseye, could you say grand rising to Mark? I seen that he has a 5 minute, please.
Oh yes, good morning. Wake up in the morning to the sunlight and your face, lift your head to the sky, breathing the air of another day. Another day give thanks, yes.
Oh yes.
Mark and Counter General. That is bird's eye. I'm seeing great things in the future with all of us together. But Mark, if you have to get
by the way,
talk to me.
By the way, I have about 6 other farmers that signed up for Farm Jam.
And
who want us to do the event at it. And the first one, we're gonna have provide camping for those who want to camp out, but because by the river.
Yeah.
It's a sweet river. You can camp out on the spot. We're gonna have I want to get linked up with the healers, people who can give us ideas on how to eat properly. All those elements are going to be involved.
As I said, I'd like you to forward, because today we're also going to link with the bush doctors that need to be a part of it, because we have a
absolutely have to be a part of that.
I was just telling Neela Blaze a while ago that the medical fraternity is working with the law enforcement to determine if our people are sane or insane. And our bush doctors need to get on board right now, because there's other alternative. Mark, I am so proud of this farmers party, that initiation getting on board for the month. Yeah, man, it's a large initiative this month. I love it.
And I put it in Farm Jamaica, and everybody that saw the post in Farm Jamaica want to be a part of it.
Love it.
It's a needed thing, brethren. The interest is definitely there, and there's a lot of and here what now.
Yeah.
In addition to cooking at the event, and the farm party, there's also going to be a harvest party.
No, but come on.
So when the man them, so hold on a man. So when the man them are reap, we want to be there, and it's not about having this event alone. There has to be follow-up. We need regular insight on what's going on with the farm. So we're not. It's not like a one-time thing. It's from start to finish. We're going to be constantly engaged with the farmers on how they're doing, what's the progress, and then after the first batch, the first set, the next phase now will be funding of the farmers, and it, like with micro loans, and for people who invest, them get the money back, a small percentage more than the bank. So we're working on all those elements.
As I said, and this initiative that is being put forward, people, is a brainchild where, Mark the Renaissance man really is a man of action when he says he's going to do something. So this is not a surprise. We're asking the farmers who are listening right now in particular to, this is not only, as Mark said, a planting of food, a harvesting of food, a eating of food, but a celebration of food, because where there's no food, people are going dead.
There's no life.
Yes, Mark.
No life, no food, no life.
No, the reason why I have you here this morning, seeing I think we're sure of it, is that we know that to get the message across, it takes collective effort. It takes collective movement. Bird's Eye, I've said she's in Jamaica right now, the corporation down there, and the farming, if you know that music goes with farming too, and the message is in the music. That part of it, the formulation, that's what I like to get onto when it comes on to publishing this even more with what you're doing.
And not only that, but I mean, people, when you're planting with friends, and comrades, I mean, it makes a big difference, bro. I mean, the relationships can be made.
Birds,
while you plant and talk to people, and you're exercising at the same time, and
Hold on, Birds, you can plant, or you can reap, or you can celebrate. What can you do for farmers party?
Right now, Mark, I don't know if you and I have had conversations. I don't know if I have shared any information with you, but we need to talk.
Oh, Jesus.
I'm not push up my chest. Me have a green thumb. Me plant everywhere anything. Marijuana is one of the main things that I love for grow.
So well, we need all those. Listen, we need all those elements at the event. We need people who are going to talk about health.
Yes.
Talk about planting, aquaponics. I met with a guy who does aquaponics. So he's going to be there. He's on board. I'm so excited about what's going to be happening, because what I'm actually working on is empowering our Jamaican people to be self-reliant outside of government. We don't need those people supposed to just deal with the road and infrastructure and leave us the hell alone.
Hold on, Mark. Hold on, because I have somebody who will get our thumb dirty regular. Always a dig our own thing and plant our own tree. Michelle, Grand Rising, how you doing?
Grand Rising, everyone.
Hi, good morning.
You know, Mark, we might have to get a plane for coming up on some of them things, because as a matter of fact, not plane, because we're dealing with the diaspora too, and you mentioned something that is very crucial, where myself, Neela Blaze, Michelle, and several others who live outside of the corporation can contribute by being a semi-sponsor who help with some chocho planting, and when the chocho reach or the pumpkin reach, them get benefits from it, not only food-wise, but monetary and investment. That part more I hear about. Talk to me.
Right. Also, before we go any further, I'm also going to meet with a distributor in Jamaica, a couple of them actually.
Yeah.
To find market for these farmers, because that's very important. A couple of things: warehousing of the a centralized location where all the farmers can carry their produce. You have a man now who, if he gets a big order, he can source all the farmers under his portfolio.
Mm-hmm.
So if a man can only bring 20 pound of yam and he want 100, he can check 6 farms to get the amount that he needs. One of the things that we don't have in Jamaica is a centralized way of bringing all the elements together to get the food production, because one person may not satisfy one order, but 6 or 7 men might be able to do to satisfy a big order. So it's about talking to each other, having a centralized location for farming. I do not believe in spoilage. So if we have too much pepper,
yes,
we can also grind the pepper down and turn to a mash or dry them. So what may I say to you is we have to have a conversation with everybody, brethren. Bring all the people together.
They don't care about the byproducts there, no more. They don't really care about the byproducts of all of these different things and what they can do. A lot of people never know, so them could have just take some molasses, mix it, put some banana peel in it with some rabbit doodle and just spread it from them plant and it just grows. Everybody thinks that they have to go get up and go buy this fertilizer, that fertilizer. Nobody know about them.
Well, that's the kind of conversation we need to have, because you said your solution, everybody can do it.
Yes.
The man they want to sell the fertilizer. You understand?
Yeah.
So them not gonna give them kind of lyrics.
Nope.
So the farm jam is really about empowering people through education. Education.
Yeah, but Mark, again, you have just touched on another. Whose phone is up and going? I think, is it Michelle or Birdseye? Someone's phone needs to mute while we talk to Mark. My thing is what Michelle. My thing is, even the fertilizing of the food that we're going to grow is something that we have to look at, because these fertilization are causing a lot of problems with the food that we're eating. So I think Birdseye and you hit a nail on the head, where that has to be a part of informing our farmers again as to the benefit of doing some of the local farming in a traditional way.
Right now, more to cancel some arts money, that more 2 arts and a stable, that more.
You have to go to Caymanas Park. I have friends out at Caymanas Park. You can't get free shit over there. But anyway, Mark, continue to Birdseye. You see, mute your phone.
What may I say, right? The meeting of this, the farm jam is really educational.
Yes.
You know, the first one is most educational, getting all the stakeholders involved at the same location, talking about how best to collective rise. Not one man eat a food off a wagwan, but everybody can learn something and empower themselves through education. So I'm open to everybody being involved, you know.
Yeah, but I think we have the byproduct there, Mark, and the Farmers Party When are you slated? When you slated to be in Jamaica? When are you slated to start this? When is this kicking off?
It's gonna be in August, but I'm going on there on the 24th of this month to put everything in place.
Start the preparation. Now, as you know, this is going to be a teamwork, and Birdseye has just given her molasses and rabbit ray and banana peel for fertilizer. We have His Excellency Daniel Z. Basra, where he is a communist person. I've spoken to Daniel about that this initiative, not only as a great one for the people, but also, getting some things in place. Daniel is on the line. Excellency, Grand Rising, how are you doing?
Rastafari is the Almighty, we burn them dirty white gods without apology.
Yo, Grand Rising, cause Mark.
Hey, Virgin, I got down there the 24th, here, sir, so I can link here, sir.
Alright, I come link here as you come in, man.
All right there.
Yeah, but hear me now, I have to wrap up this meeting here, sir, so come back and put it on video and show the restaurant.
I will.
I have to wrap this up.
Yes.
Yeah? Alright,
we're down. We're very inclusive, everybody involved. I know me want to do this thing, everybody I do it.
And that's
collective rising. Yeah.
Well, that's
what there's no I in teamwork. There is no I in teamwork.
Oh Lord.
Okay.
We is in there.
That's what I said, bro. We say we are do it. We say we are do it. We say we.
But before you run to your regular thing, I know you're preparing for Atlanta, Mark, and I wanted Daniel and yourself to have the overstanding as to the whole farmers party and what I was explaining to him, that this is not only going to get into the community, but it's going to change lives. And I know that you and him share that said passion and love for the people. How best would a Daniel Z. Basra be a part of this great gesture that you're thinking about?
I will test the ganja.
Basra is a man who deal with healing, and him have the healing side of things. So he would absolutely have to be a part of this process, We want everybody who has what do you say? In other words, marijuana. There's derivatives from marijuana that are good for people, right?
Let me break it down for them, Mark. Let us break it down for them. Now, if you take the ganja stick after you have taken off the flowers, and if you take the ganja stick and you grind it out in a garden grinder, and you mix that with white lime and sand, it hardens and it's called hempcrete. Now we can solve Jamaica's housing problem, because we can say to any young couple, we can say, grow your house. You grow 2 acres of ganja, and the stick mixed with white lime and sand, that stick will build you a 40-foot by 40-foot fireproof building.
Well, we need to know all of those things, so we can. It's about education, Virgin. So at the event, I'd love to see a sample of it, so we can actually show them what it is.
Hold on.
What we're saying, then, Mark, let me make a request.
Yes.
Right. So here's what we're going to ask of you, Mark. We need a garden grinder. Listen to me. Now, in Jamaica, we take the ganja sticks and we burn them in the field.
Yes.
That's no longer to be happening. What we need, Mark, we need it to bring about 300 years.
A shredder.
We need a shredder. Mark, I want to have the shredder.
The thing with the tree, then, Mark.
When you use that, when you use an atom and grind out the tree.
Virgin, send me a list, Rasta. Send me a list.
We only need a shredder. Once we have the shredder, we go to grind out the stick. White lime is here.
Yeah.
We have white lime factory. And we have sand and water. You mix that in a cement mixer. Everybody listening, don't take Daniel's word for it. Go on the internet and type in hempcrete house. They call it hempcrete. We are going to call it cannacrete, because we go by the genus name cannabis. We don't use hemp and ganja.
That sounds good. All right, well, I have to run. Leave me later.
Yeah, man, I'm going to link you. All right,
cool.
Yeah, that is what.
All right, Mark. When you reach Jamaica, we're coming on the man.
No, when you reach. No. This is what we're doing now, Daniel, because I keep saying that.
No, but I'm just saying what I was saying about the hempcrete.
Yes.
Is an area of the ganja that we have been neglecting as a people. Our biggest problem is housing. Yeah. So we can give housing trusts a run for their money based on the reality of providing low income, safe housing, because it's fireproof. It heals. It hardens as firm as concrete, but it's 8 times lighter. You understand me? Go and type. Just type in it. Listen, this is how we are backward.
Yes.
A 15 years now they are having an international hempcrete house competition and Jamaica never enter the house.
Hold on.
They have competition for who build the best hempcrete house. And Jamaica has never entered. We never realized that we can build houses out of the ganja stick. You grind up the ganja stick, mix it in a cement mixer with white lime and sand, and it harden like concrete. They call it hempcrete.
And
we are
all we need.
Serious
But here what you have stumbled on and what you're saying make proper sense. And as I said,
was not stumbled.
No, not stumbled.
Because I forward information to the Scientific Research Council.
Yes.
Because Dr. Riley.
Yes.
Of the Scientific Research Council, the former head, was my fraternity brother from university. We lived on the same building, and I sent it to him. I did my own and I sent it to him. So we realized that even the government offices are scared of the people being aware. It's almost like they might protect private sector interests. Everything is
everything is up that caliber. Bahamas just just enter the green room, of course. Strong Lion, Grand Rising to the eye. You know what I mean? Life and prosperity.
Where that Strong Lion, blaze the fire.
I see. I'm a multitask. Go on, talk, Daniel.
Things I get excellency, you know the thing, you know?
Oh, yeah, like
bless up.
Michelle is on the line to Bird's Eye.
Well,
we love to hear the premium voice. Hey, Bird's Eye.
Because they said earlier that he would smoke the ganja. I will grow it.
Boy, look here. Hey, Michelle.
Yes.
I'm asking your permission because we do not like to have float. We do not like to have floating free radicals floating around idly, you know. May I ask your permission if we can embrace this young lady called Bird's Eye and take her into the fold?
Yes, you can.
Jano, Michelle, we love you, Michelle. Well, we can't have more woman like this.
You can embrace.
Bird's Eye, Bird's Eye, I have one more permission. So listen now, Bird's Eye. Listen up, my mother tell me so good as we get. My mother tell me so good as we get time, so look out.
Yo, that man telling me. But seeing that first night, I don't know why His Excellency cut that podcast so early, but you were touching on some very, very serious point. Whose phone is on? I think you're listening about Daniel.
Yo, yeah.
Somebody phone are echoing up. Yes.
Go on.
So
what do you mean? That topic I touched on yesterday?
No, yesterday. I would like you to continue that reasoning where you talk about who actually own the dollars. You know that people are...
Who own it? Who prints it?
Who prints
the fact
it?
Is that Jamaica's money. There are two companies that print our money. Thomas Delarue and Company in England. And Geisek Derwent in Germany. Now, the question is always, if they are printing our money, what will we use to pay them?
Wow.
Yes, sir.
Wow. Okay, all right.
Just remember, they do this. These companies operate for profit. It's a business for them to print.
Yes, sir.
So when they print your money, what do you use to pay them?
And the energy of the people that you're using.
Because this is the man that has the template. This is the man that has the printing place and everything. The printing money. If you want to print 5 million Jamaican dollars, you can't stop it. You understand me? What do you pay them with now that they have printed your money? So when Jamaica, there's $48 billion Jamaican in circulation in St. Elizabeth and Manchester. How was that money paid for?
Tell us, Excellency. Tell us.
These are questions we have to ask ourselves and understand the scam of money, because it means then that for example, if my name, if I'm a Delarue or if I'm a Derwent or if I'm a Geisek, any one of those families, if I'm one of their grandchildren, when me and my friend them come to me, I bring 10 of my friend them come to Jamaica for a holiday. You think say me I gotta take my money and we have to print it? But now I just go print for 5 million. I just give it to my friend and say come make a party at Jamaica.
Sounds like I'm telling you, yes sir. We need to take these things very crucial, you know, as we say. It is in fear.
That's a serious thing he's saying, you know.
Yes.
Listen,
yes.
watch this now. Let me show you what he's saying is true right now. Watch this, right? I remember when I was coming up as a Rasta man, I was about 22, you see.
Yes.
Now in the Bahamas, you know, we get this thing in Freeport City, right? Anybody who listening from the Bahamas, they know he's speaking the truth.
Excellency, mute your phone. Hold on. Excellency, mute your phone when someone speak that they don't interrupt you. You know, but we can't hear you said it.
Aye.
Continue, Strong Lion.
Yeah. So then what happened, right? Judgment, this brother named Elbison George, I think he's a cousin of the Queen of England.
Yes.
But he run in the sector in Freeport, right, called Port Authority. Not the Fort Authority, but nowadays Port Authority, right? Okay, so anyhow, there's a lot of violence going on in the street with young men and all of that. My brother, he was a older gangster. He doesn't make a name known for himself. They used to call him Rambo. And the police give him that name. You understand what I'm saying? So the commissioner of police said we need to get Rambo and get some boys together and find out what the ghetto youths them want and how we can stop this violence and all of that. So it was my brother Rambo, me and my cousin. We went out to meet Elbison George. You understand what I'm saying? And we was on the park. We met him. So anyway, after I told him it was gonna be music, to really bring the younger youths them and the focus. My cousin said, he into music too, right? He into the R&B. I into more like in the reggae and rap at that time, right? And then my brother said, we need more like big brotherhood. Like we need to set up something for big brothership and stuff like that, right? But anyway, long story short, my cousin ended up getting a job at a hotel doing R&B for the tourists them or whatever. My brother ended up getting a sector in the back of town, they call it back of the town, and he was like, you know, being a security guard and a big brother for all the orphan kids or whatever, whatever, right? But let me bring it to the point. The point is this: before Elbison George leave, he could have a bill full now. You understand?
Mm-hmm.
But it was brand new printed money. The money was just printed. You see? So he yak off 3 bills and give it to my brother, right? And then he yak off 2 bills and give it to me, right? So I say, give it to my brother, I with him. Because I remember what the scriptures say, the borrower is servant to the lender. So why would I want to get something from you and then feel like now I owe you in the future? So I say, man, I tell my brother, say, you owe the money. My cousin, he get 2 bills, right? So we walking down the road and I say, yo, put the money back in my pocket. Let me go take that to my mother because she could use that. You understand what I'm saying? But meanwhile, when I check the money, all the money was serial code right after each other. You understand? You know, when you print off something off the printer and everything have the serial code, them $100 bills with serial code right after one another. I said, this must get this money off the printer. I was 21 at that time, and I said, so look at this man saying it's real. Man, them get the money that they can print the money.
Yes, sir.
And they can ball and they do what they want to do. This is true. This
Look, if you go, you don't have to go far now. Look, if you go to Wikipedia and just type in currency printers, and you see all the list of the companies that print currency around the world. Thomas Delarue that prints Britain money. Prints in 150 countries. Is 150 countries one print, and Thomas Delarue and Company is a subsidiary of the Rothschild banking empire. It's still under Nathan and Amar Rothschild.
That was Commonwealth printing. That was like the Commonwealth printing. I had the Queen and everything on it still. And
so then, if they are printing, you don't understand. The whole game is that. If remember, you know, I'll go after the X amount of lap dance to get $1,000, you know. It's a life energy, you know. So you can sit down, you know, but you have to wine pan some man to get $1,000. It's a life energy. So you're allowing someone to dictate the value of your life energy on a paper that they print.
But hold on, let us bring it under the microscope. So you're saying that when I'm in America having $1 and it's worth 185 Jamaican dollar, that's the energy sucking vampire. That's what you're saying.
Then of course, then if the two money them print in the same printing machine, If I am in Jamaica and I lay 100 blocks,
yes,
and the man in America lay 100 blocks, why him forget more money than me?
Economic. What they don't know, excellency and Gadites, they don't know. Say the money is the philandering energy, the current energy of the females. The money is a disrespect to women. You understand
why Rasta slavery is vampire? Then paying taxes is vampirism because to get $1,000
I have to put out my life energy. And then for some reason I have to give the government 30%. For what?
For what? For what?
That's vampirism. That's a man sucking your life blood. To get a $1,000, I have to put out my life energy. You may say if a girl a go shop for wine per man feet. If a man is a doctor, man, X amount of stressful operation. It doesn't matter your profession, you know. If you're a carpenter, you have to bill X amount of coffee for get $1 million.
Tell them the money. Tell them what the money made out. The money, every dollar will print get made out of parchment paper. You understand? You don't do the craft with parchment paper.
Dead man picture upon parchment paper is living science. So you see everybody, everybody in the phone call are comfortable now, you know. And right now if we drop 10,000 US and everybody on the phone call done. The dumpy them make everybody have things to go do. So you better move. Nobody can talk for 1 more minute.
Hold on. As you talk about the dumpy them, this morning I just sent something to your desk. You wanna say something, Birdseye? Anybody wanna say before I go to
me can talk if you drop it in my and me know exactly what to deliver in a team and he can talk.
Blow it out.
Yo, Birdseye, when you're in the classroom, I'm ask you, please, Birdseye, do not distract the professor. The professor has a lot of things on his desk. But professor... Yes, I.
Let me answer your question.
Yes, I.
Is it man? We can't. Alright, man. Alright. You're not
Birdseye. Birdseye.
Yes, sir.
Why is it that me and half and Gadites are vomit? You don't understand?
I don't know.
Yo, every time I say you make me step in some sense foul. Anyway, let's let me get to it. But Excellency, I have 3 books up on the board this morning. One by a very astute E.G. Wallace, Birdie, I think it is, our Brandy, and this book is called The Book of the Dead. Bring our people up to scratch the importance of these knowledgeable that I'm putting forth this morning.
The book it's not called the Book of the Dead, actually. It is called the Pert et Eru. It's the book of coming forth by light.
Yes, sir, that's real.
Yeah. The book of coming forth by light. You see what happened is that the European found that book in all of our graves. Yeah. So because he found it amongst the dead, he dared to call it the Book of the Dead. And he knew that in calling it the Book of the Dead, you would stay away from it. You would never read it. So it make you stay away from yourself. It is everything in the Bible, the so-called 10.
But aren't
the 10 commandments come out of that book? The 42 negative confessions of Mark.
Yes.
And then take 10. And if Moses grew up as Pharaoh's grandson, Moses would have been exposed to that book as a child. You understand me? So there, you know, like me said, my God named Sadie and Bobby cutting a backers from the back veranda. That's my God.
Christ, I tell you. Yes, but this book is no simple book. It's 3 of them we have. And once upon a time in the Corporation of Jamaica, you would be given 20 years or more if you were held with this book in your possession.
At the airport. They were not allowed to pass through the airport.
This book was not allowed to pass through the airport. I think our friend called brother, who usually be in the tabernacle, our friend, Mr. It's not Palmer. I can't recall his name right now. But he was the first one who said it out of his mouth that sent me searching in the libraries for this book. This book was actually, why was it so guarded, Excellency, and Strong Lion?
Because it carries more ancient knowledge than you think, but you have to be able to decode it. So, for example, there's a papyrus called the Ebers Papyrus, right?
Yes.
And when we covered that papyrus, the great grandfather of the company, Johnson & Johnson's, was there, right? Him and Mr. Evans are there. And this is on that papyrus they found the formula for the KY jelly that they now make. Spermicide. There's lots of high knowledge. For example, the African woman understood that her best contraceptive was tambourine seed, tambourine ball. The same tambourine ball we like in Jamaica. The African woman will take that tambourine ball, insert it in her vagina up to the neck of the womb. After 1 hour, the sugar would start to ferment, and the fermentation would create a wall and block off the woman. She can sex her man as she want, and the sperm can pass to get her.
All the mother chicken leg and rice and peas.
Yeah,
right there, so
that's the concept of judgment and birth control right there. That's the first birth control.
What's the first birth control?
Michelle and Birdseye, you see when them in the classroom and so them attentive, you know, they don't turn away from the chalkboard. This is very, very, very. You said so. This book was also guarded because some of the religious rubbish that they were teaching our people, the better knowledge was in this book also. So the religious organization had a bounty out for anyone who dare.
Yeah, but half of them religious stories actually came out of this book. It's like the story of Noah. The story of Noah is originally the legend of Gilgamesh.
Mm-hmm.
That's right. That's right. That's what I was telling you when I told you that the book of the ark was a floating city. It was a floating city, and guess what? When they speak about how they in the same Gilgamesh text, he talking about what they did. They actually take the germs from each animal. They take the germs.
No,
and then go ahead, brother. Break it down, big brother.
Science, no, but then
it
is living science, and anytime science and religion don't unite, then one of them is lying. You understand?
And they was teaching inside right now what they doing right now. I doing hieroglyphics right now, right? And hieroglyphics is a big part of symbolism. You understand, like the alphabet? And all the animals represent the alphabet. This is what you're gonna find in the Maru too. You're saying the zoomorphic figures?
The numbers are based on angles.
Yes,
the number 1 has only 1 angle. The number 2 has 2 angles. The number 3 has 3 angles on it. The number 4 has 4 angles on it. The number 5 has 5 angles.
That's right.
Do the numbers.
There's a lot of food. There's a lot of food. Me and this brother want to chop this up right now. Chop it up, Ross.
So no, but you know, let me talk to the queen.
One at a time.
The queen must understand. This is how high it was, because science was always the discovery of things was took the female tenacity and patience. It was then the male who took that information and made something of it.
Yes.
In the physical world, because when the woman, it was the woman who discovered agriculture, because she patiently observed the animal them while we was running the animal.
Hold on, Elder. We just was talking about this yesterday. Don't take Gadites. Let the man speak. Let him speak the words.
So the female observed patiently. But when she realized which food the goat them eat, and then when we come home at night, the after sex conversation, she would say, you know, I saw the goat eat that. And tomorrow when she go check it out, she realized that the goat eat it and never dead, so we can't eat it. And me, the man now, can go take it and farm a whole acre because I have upper body strength. She has lower body strength, hips and thighs to bring baby. Me have upper body strength, shoulders and big arms, so I was able to manifest physical things in the world. But then, as we say, God would have created woman first, and it was man was created as the head.
Blow it out, Rasta. Blow it out on them, yeah? Blow it out, sprinkle it out, Rasta.
Every baby starts in the womb. I don't join into misogyny. Every baby starts in the womb as female. Until after 10 weeks, the mother releases
blow it out, Rasta. Blow it and told it.
And the testosterone changed some of us into men. When you look at the chromosomes and the X and the Y under a microscope, you see that it's basically we contain a little bit less than her. You understand me? Mm-hmm. I carry half of the DNA information of my bloodline. My sister carries all of the DNA information in my bloodline. My daughters carry the daughter. It is from mother to daughter. You understand me? That's how the power go.
You understand, Elder? You see that? Gadites? In the whirlwind from yesterday to now, spinning, my lord.
But then hold on. That's why. Within this dispensation, I'm born in September. I'm sign. Woman, I'm a sign. Vagina is my business. But I make an apology.
Okay, then. I said July, man. I rule by the female energy too. Who you think we working for?
Every time. But a woman, no. But then, this is where we have to understand ourselves, you know, because I am so powerful that I have no problem in giving the woman and ascribing her power to her. It is due to her. It does not take from mine. When I give my woman the power, then it makes me even more powerful.
Hold on, let me build on that. See, your woman is your mother, your friend, your lover, and your sister. Because guess what? When she ain't gonna be your lover, sure, she's still gonna be your mother. When she walk up to you and wipe your mouth around your friends and brothers them get offended, like, yo, that's your mother, man. That'll pump for you because she love you. You understand? Don't get offended by your femininity. You see? That's the thing you have to realize and remember. You understand? Very important.
But this is what these scrolls taught us. This is what this information, a whole heap of information. For example, the African woman would take a piece of cotton and put a barley seed and a wheat seed in it, right? And she would pee on that. Now, if the barley comes, you know she's having a boy, because there's no testosterone. If the wheat comes, you know she's having a girl.
That's right.
Did you just say?
Birds, I want to repeat of that, Professor.
Hey, the woman would take a piece of cotton and just take that cotton and put one wheat seed and one barley seed on it. And then she would urinate on that piece of cotton and leave it there and watch it and water it. Now, if the barley seed catch, then she knows she's having a boy because that's more testosterone. If the wheat seed catch, then she knows she's having a girl because her urine has more estrogen. Then she knows that she's carrying a twin, and the two of them, but she knows that she carry a twin.
That's right.
Ella, tell them what the first weapon of the woman is. Tell them what the woman's first weapon to defend themselves against man. Tell them the first weapon.
Teach me now, like to learn. Maybe you know something I don't know. This is
the bow and arrow. The bow. Of course. You see the bow. You see how the legs open up? You see, man, them on pry, woman leg open. They create an idea out of that same pry, and then you want pry? Okay, then we create the bow and arrow on your judgment.
Yeah. No, you see, you know, we have to be prepared to go beyond this planet. We have to acknowledge that we didn't start on this planet. We have to get rid of the Jesus Christ God fantasy. You see, this is how you explain. For example, if you want to understand how advanced we were in the past, you look at two things. Let us show you DNA manipulation in the past. You know that the leopard is a cross between a dog and a cat, right?
Yes, sir. That's the crafting right there.
So that is why all ancient shamanic African societies, what is our ritual dress when we're in a ceremony as priests? We have the leopard skin. It is there as a symbol to remember our greatness, that we were able, in the knowledge of our metaphysics and science, to cross a dog and a cat, and it's still on the earth as a leopard. The leopard gets all the sickness cats gets, all the sickness dogs get. The hair on the leopard, the white hair is the hair of a dog, the black and gold hair is the hair of a cat. It has bones. That's why it has the bones of cats and the bones of dogs. These are evidences of the ancient greatness of DNA. Our DNA.
Hey, you see, big brother. You see Zozar, who been the underground pyramid, and he moved to Jefferson, who been the upper pyramid. They was the most. Them two had the most science on the crafting. They give out.
We have to go before even the pyramids. You know, the pyramids were built because of things that happened on the earth. You know, the pyramids is a star map detailing the star system that you come from. What happened? You know, you have to go back from before the earth was tilted by 23 degrees.
Oh yeah, that's why they built the pyramids in Giza.
Every planet in the solar system spins perfectly on its axis except Earth. Earth is tilted by 23 degrees. It is that 23-degree tilt that creates the cold zones that allow for the gestation of the being we now call the Caucasian. Other than that, without the Earth tilting by 23 degrees, everywhere would have been tropical and they could not have gestated that being.
Hold on, you talk big brother, you talk about creation, so then now you talking about the second sun, when was pulling the original sun energy, what caused it?
No, it was a place. No, the Zulus tell you, and it's detailed. The Zulus tell you that the moon, the book of Job tell you about the time before the moon was placed on the earth. The moon is unnatural. The moon, the Zulus tell you that the moon was dragged across the sky as an empty shell and placed there by the lizard people that they call the Chitauri, reptilian.
Yeah, they say that. They did say that.
Dragged the moon across. The moon was placed around the earth. The moon is not natural. It is the placement of the moon that caused, listen to me, prior to the moon, the Earth had a constant water mist. There was no. That means you never got sunburn. You couldn't be burned by the sun because there was always a mist. Now, when the moon started rotating around the Earth, it caused that water vapor in the sky to fall to the Earth. That is what they recorded as the flood.
Anticipation. Hold on, but just like the planet Venus that has a rim around it with, they say
Saturn. Let's go back.
Saturn.
No, when you're growing, let us go back to Saturn. Listen up, you need to go and get a book called The Ringmakers of Saturn. Write this down. The Ringmakers of Saturn. The author is called Norman Bergman. Now, Norman Bergman was the chief engineer on the Cassini mission, and he published a book. That book was released. It was sold for $250,000 US. The Ringmakers of Saturn. It shows the pictures of the machines making the rings around Saturn. In ancient times, Saturn was our nightlight. There was no moon. Saturn is a gaseous, unexploded star. Saturn used to burn as our nightlight. And just as how when we grow in the ganja, we put the nightlight, the ganja grow a little bigger. Everything on the planet was a little bigger because Saturn gave us 30% of the sunlight.
So
when the Alpha Draconians put the ring around Saturn,
yes.
At the same time, then put the moon around the Earth. The ring around Saturn cut off your nightlight and made the moon a reflector of partial light.
People.
And that
hold the thought right there. People, for those who are online, I'm getting some comments. Thanks for joining the feed. But we're discussing a very, very serious thing. We have 3 books up. People said they did not get the Book of the Dead. The name has been suggested by His Excellency. You can listen back the tape that he recommend. There's another book there also by H.C. Rashal. I think it is. I hope I'm pronouncing it. Randall. And this is called The Teaching of Orius. The Teaching of Orius. Does this have anything to do with the stars? Because I didn't want to cut too much in the star, but this book tend to put some more highlight because people don't believe in giants and those things. Yesterday.
No, but let's go back.
Yes, sir.
This is what people must understand.
Yes.
Now, one of the books they took out of the Bible is the book of Enoch, right?
Yes.
No, I was fortunate. I went me at 13 to get the book of Enoch. Uncle Malik carried the book of Enoch and give me and say, you must know this. No, here's this trick with the book of Enoch. Enoch claims according to the Bible, Enoch walk with God, right? That means that Enoch, which is the only first hand book, everything else is second hand,
Yes.
But when you read the book of Enoch, Enoch tells you that what you are calling the angels, the book of Enoch makes you know so there are beings that came from other places and had high knowledge. And one of them, this Azazel teaching people how to make things out of iron. The next one taught them woodcraft. The next one taught them this. Next one taught them cutting stone. And it showed you that these were higher beings and they had a leader. And that leader was the so-called God. No, let us say in our plights as humanity, in our desire to go to other planets, let us say we go to another planet where the people are 5,000 years before us. Just the fact that me can stand up with a light in my hand and go so I make fire appear in my hand, but I call me a God, you know.
That makes sense, makes sense.
My grandfather and grandfather was in the bush when the first plane fly over Jamaica. My grandfather broke him foot out in blood cleats running out. I never hear that yet today. I couldn't tell him, say I never got that coming up.
The technology, ancient technology.
You never hear a plane yet and just hear the plane fly, the sound of the plane make. Yeah. And the fact that says, wait no. My grandmother at Kingston, my father's mother, told me that the first time she's walking, at Greenwich Farm she living on, the first time she walk and see one TV in our window, you know. My grandmother said she run go a yard and her mother fucking up because she never see her face in her box attack yet, you know. Dumpy that, you know. My grandmother said she will go a yard.
But Excellency.
And her mother fraction reach.
Yeah, Excellency, those stories are before certain things. Right now, the book that I'm talking about is The Teaching of Osiris, and I'm trying to get a foundation here with our listeners to show.
No, I said those things to show you how common scientific knowledge can be perceived as something totally different to those who don't understand it.
But for those,
just to say that when you speak about even the book of Osiris, when they're speaking about and the book of Enoch, I've been from outer space and show you, so we never come. All of that now, it will seem fantastic to the average mind who is not yet ready to grasp this level of science, just as how my grandmother didn't realize the science of the transmission of the TV. And she ran.
Yes, I
in the same way our people have been running from that reality. But then it is what they call myths. Here's one of the things you must understand. What they call myths and stories is proven to be true. So for example, the so-called myth of the Greek gods, when they say Mars and Venus was at war, right? And them try to make it look like it was a story. But then Dr. Immanuel Velikovsky detailed in his seminal work called Worlds in Collision. Dr. Immanuel Velikovsky, Russian.
Worlds in Collision.
And Worlds in Collision, and he detailed the evidence to show you say Venus was an eruption out of Jupiter after the destruction of Marduk. Now Marduk is the planet that is where the asteroid belt was, and it shows that there was a planet there and it was destroyed. The laws of harmonics dictate that there must have been a planet where the asteroid belt is. And Venus was an eruption, and Venus had an unsettled orbit. One of Venus's passings, Venus's magnetic field collided with Mars' magnetic field and destroyed Mars' atmosphere. That is the war between Mars and Venus. It's practical science that they have tried to make into myths.
Just like what they're trying to do with the pyramids right in front of our eyes, trying to tell us that the pyramids were made by aliens and they don't know.
No, but then you don't understand. Listen again.
Yes.
Now, if everybody on this planet came from one source, we only have one blood type. The fact that you have A, B, and O means that there is different sources of the beings on the planet. You have to grasp that as a reality. Now, the ancient shamanic teachings tell us that there was a being manifesting naturally on this planet. Now that being possessed the bee blood. And there was a geological cataclysm that almost destroyed the planet. The wrecks of that can be found off the coast of South America, of Mexico. You go and Google sky and you see the huge trench underground where that asteroid hits into the ground and stopped off the coast of Mexico. It's there, so you go Google and see. Now, the life on the planet was threatened. And our ancestors were at the time in the Pleiades star system, where you have 3 G-class stars that are exactly like our sun. And those are in Freemasonry, the 3 great lights of Freemasonry is a replica of those 3 sun-like stars that we come from in the Pleiades star system. They are worshipping the black woman and her divinity, and the black people being the gods that came, that saved the life of this planet. So we came and interbreded the being on this planet in order to save them. Now, in doing so, it is purported that we broke the first directive, which we're not supposed to interbreed.
And this story, this creation story doesn't have anything to do with the Anunnaki. This is another creation story, right?
No. Listen on those who they call the Anunnaki are the reptilians. This is we're not connected to
that's a different creation story.
So what about the Anukians?
You're not listening.
All right.
Listen to me. I'm trying to get understand.
Yes, sir.
Yes, King.
One of the things they did was that I'm sure it's already genetic manipulation. So genetic manipulation is evident in the form of rice. Now look at, there's wild rice and there's domestic rice, right? Now if there was evolution, one would fade out and leave the other, right? And the wild rice, the part that connects to the tree is soft and brittle, breeze blow upon it drop off. And the part that connects to the rice, that cover the rice, is hard and tough, and you can't get access to the rice. But on domestic rice, it's the reverse. The part that cover the rice is soft and easy, and the part that connects to the tree is very firm, and you can eat the rice. Somebody genetically manipulated wild rice.
That's just like corn.
We did that after the cataclysm to provide life. We brought bees to the planet. That's why the Egyptians it was a royal science to farm bees. My ancestors have always farmed bees. We have the bees Bible, we study bees. because bees bring you life. We brought bees to this planet when we came from the Pleiades star system. We brought the A blood. Now the Alpha Draconians, being reptilians and not functioning on this frequency, have been fighting for this planet. You understand me? No, one of the things they did is that they needed to create a vessel that they could interface with it, that their vibration can hold. So they took our women, took some of our DNA and placed that into a monkey. They experimented with the monkey till they found the rhesus monkey. Now if you shave a monkey and look on a white man's skin at the same thing, right? No. When they did that, they had to know, they realized that the biology, the atmosphere had to change. So that is when they brought the moon and placed the moon around the earth. There's two surfaces it serves. It caused the cold zones that them could gestate the white man. You understand me? It is because, that is why, to show you that we are not the same. If I get an O negative blood carrying white woman pregnant, her body attacks the fetus and kills it unless she gets a medication called Rogam. But a donkey carry a horse's seed to a mule without fighting it, without attacking it, because they are the same species equestrian. The fact that her body will attack the fetus impregnated by me means we are not the same species. She is mankind and I am Alpha Celestial Man. Now, the placing of the moon around the earth, one of the things it did, you know, they talk about junk DNA, there's no such thing. The placing of the moon around the earth and the cutting off of the Saturn nightlife, cut off the DNA functions. Now we're supposed to have evoluted from 2-strand to 3-strand DNA, from 3-strand to 6-strand, from 6 to 9, from 9 to 12, and from 12 to 24. Now if we're doing what we're doing with 2-strand, we imagine the kind of beings that we would be with 3-strand DNA. We understand that we're demigods at 6-strand and 9-strand DNA. At 12-strand DNA, we're living gods. At 24-strand DNA, we command
What about the ancient silicone tree? Would get chopped down now because I hear that tree used to be around before they chop it down. We could live up to 900 to 1,000 years old in the same form. You know of this?
Yeah, but it wasn't just because of the tree. Because while the tree was around, you would have you also had understandings of higher life and how to preserve your body.
Okay, because your brain really is your skin is really your brain for real.
So you're supposed to evolve. Alright. The wars in Sudan and Somalia. Now those people were not eating none of Babylon chemical food, and they had evolved to 9-strand DNA because they were eating light-coded food that coming straight from the sun. When they discovered that, they created a war to down in them people place to try to kill them off because they can't evolve. They are mankind. You see, they told you that when they claimed to land on the moon. No, him said, one small step for man. No, listen to me, man.
Yes,
we are Alpha Celestial Man, and we are fallen. We have been known to traverse the cosmos before. So going to the moon would be a small step for us. But for them as mankind, it's a giant leap.
Yes, I.
Yes, my lord. Yes, my lord.
Right now, hold it right there. People, we have been through 2 of the books so far. For those who are just joining us, globally, galactically, universally, and womb-versally, I want to say, Grand Rising to the other of them. The Book of the Dead, yeah, get some nice. Me like the dog, there one book, hey, only royal. You ever see the Imperial Madison going over without them lions them yet? Anyway, the teachings of Orius has just been dissected. People, get your hands on these books because these are keys to your knowledge base. The final one that we're going to ask His Excellency about is, it is written by, it's a story of the gatekeepers, the Moors after Spain. The Moors after Spain by Stanley Lane Puddle. Do you know that book, Excellency, or Strong Lion?
Yeah, man. All right. The gatekeepers.
I only heard of it.
Yes.
Here the gatekeepers. Here's what the gatekeepers is, and this is what they don't want to tell you. Now, the Africans who invaded Spain, that the Spaniards called Moors, from the Spanish word moro, from Castellano dialect meaning black. No, those were different from after 1490 when they defeated the Africans in the Battle of Granada, and then them ships some will come to Jamaica, some come to Cuba, and some come to Haiti. The Arabs, remember now, the Arabs were not in North Africa when we invaded Europe. It's after that the Arabs come. So the Arab conquerors now, the Arabs and the European and the Jew work together to defeat us, to trade them. Right? They call them the Khazars. We found them being treated like shit in Europe, and we lift them up and them
the Khazars. The
Khazar kingdom.
Yes.
So when we decide, say, all right, we are fighting them. We can't, because this is why we invaded them. Let me tell you, why do you think we invaded 710 AD? We invaded to try, because this animal that has the rhesus monkey gene that is based on sulfur, while we are based in selenium. Selenium is human, sulfur is animal. We recognize that it had become sentient. And the priests come together and say we're supposed to go wipe out this aberration, you know. But the priests say become sentient. So since it has some of our genes, let's try to fuck it back to humanity. So we went and invaded, and we were just fucking down Europe.
Yes. Ask your teacher about this too.
So now it's a simple thing. If the European, if the Alpha Draconians is using that flesh to come back into this dispensation, right? The Alpha Draconian had to create the O negative blood, you know. The root of the highest percentage of O negative blood is found in the Basque Mountains of Spain. O negative blood just popped up on the earth 20,000 years ago. It is a synthetic creation that they had, because once they use the A or B blood and it passed through a melanin woman, then they can't come through that flesh anymore. So we realize that if we remove all of those kinds of flesh off the earth, then they can't come back anymore, and the war would have done. So we went to fuck them back to humanity. We never carry no woman because we just get. It's 700 years of us fucking down Europe is what produced the Latina. Big batty Islam. Yeah.
The Latino.
That's some serious talk in this man talking. Real talk.
Yes, I. This is
so no. Wait, let me done the story now. Let me show you how it goes. I forget the food.
Yes.
So when we did that, right, and invaded, they now united with the Arabs and said, and got us out. But what they did is that they left the Arab in North Africa. Now the Arab had 300 years and 200 odd years, 4 generations of an African army that he captured, and he met them into his. And them grew up thinking them is Muslim after 4 or 5 generations. So after 2 generations, they think they are Muslim. Now those were given to the British and the Portuguese. You see the so-called Treaty of Peace and Friendship? They gave them those blacks to get rid of them and sent them with the white man. They came around here and was working for the white man. Them helped him invade Africa. So when we saw some of these blacks, we froze because we think it's the people, not knowing them work for the white man. Them came into the incursion. When them come back around, the deal was that them was they come around here and set them free after them do that work there for them not set them free. But when them carry them come to America, you know, them end up go against the deal. And that is why you have seen these so-called Moors in America knowing all the white man's Masonic codes, because he learned their Masonic codes in order to show us that he was different from the regular black.
You are live here, and these are things that our people need to overstand. We need to make them overstand at this time that the classroom is in full gear. We're going to head for recess in a bit because we have to let you get some refreshments and go over your papers, because we don't want when tomorrow class starts you tell us that you are not up to date. Excellency, you are a bank of knowledge. You're a bank of knowledge and understanding, and every single chance I personally get to let you share these kind of knowledge. Yeah, me offer
this man.
Thanks. Yes, sir.
This man speaking the truth. There's a book everybody must get. Hold on, accident. Hold that thought, please, don't mind. You're right, but what you say about America, you know, because even when I was watching the movie Django, when Django them went inside this place called Cleopatra's Place, everybody in there was black and elegant, and while it's on the outside, brothers them getting whipped in the streets. You have to wonder why blacks inside are so elegant, and then the brothers on the outside so getting whipped, because there was the Moors inside. There was the Moors inside. They was chilling. That's a serious why you say that's real, man.
Excellency, what is the book that you were suggesting?
It's called The Terror Papers, Terra, Terror Papers by Robert Morningsky. Now, Robert Morningsky's grandfather, they were up in the bush out in the desert, and a spaceship crashed, and they took the bean out of the spaceship and saved him life, and he lived with them for 40 years till he fix him ship and go back. The Terror Papers, Robert Morningsky, and then you have the CIA papers. The CIA come for Robert Morningsky and have him and put him under hypnosis and all kind of thing, and I try to question him. We have all of them interviewed there. Detail, The Terror Papers, Robert Morningsky.
Yes, sir. Yesterday was the River Muma. Today is a bigger level. I urge everyone to go and get
real.
Yes, go and get these books. Get these books. The Moors after Spain, the Teachings of Orius, and the Book of the Dead. These are 3 key pillars that can help liberate your mind. Ladies, we have the class is going to go to recess. I know that you're very quiet. Michelle and Birdseye, you know, Neela Blaze also. Everybody okay? Are you still taking notes? People still writing excellency. That's that's how it goes until you have it locked away there. I am going to call you forward.
Yes, my lord.
When the thing finished, to get the link with the one and only Mark Renaissance. Yeah, Never stop.
Yeah, man, I gave you your silence for a minute, you know, because earlier when I said something, you said that you want me to be quiet in the classroom when I am in the classroom. So, it's all of the questions them while... Yes, no, this don't have nothing to do with thin skin. I just have to tell you so you need to be careful of the words them that you use and what you say to people. Because they say all of the questions them would have asked, me never bother ask them yet because I know some I have Daniel no mama can go ask him for myself. Don't worry about it. You don't worry about that. Remember all that Daniel has taught you from the beginning of the lesson today about women.
You go with your goat argument to the bird's eye.
Oh, you know this. Oh, you know.
Hold on. Bird's eye.
Yes, sir.
Let us remind the brothers that our in ancient tradition,
yes,
our spirituality was feminine worship. And feminine worship was to come to by men. Who's gonna worship vaginas?
Yes, Brahman.
Told them that yesterday, big brother.
Oh my God.
Our governorship. We are not even balancing up. Our governorship was masculine, fronted by women. That means that. You know why the white man thinks we was masculine? Because me and the king and some strangers trying to come in our town. My 5 side chick them. My 10 fucker girl. My 25 wife, and my 8 baby mother, and make sure them chat with them boy, them first. Them have to go through all of them girls before them get to me, because them only know say if we make no match down the king, our life standard dropping up. So the last woman you have to talk to my mother before you can get to reach to the king. Because them have to go through so much woman, they start for you a matrilineal, them know say no, the woman will protect our kingdom by protecting the man. Because to destroy the man, to lose her strength, and you can walk over her.
Thank you very much.
Yes, I think I hear the school bell ringing. Anybody want anything to say to the professor before we go to lunch? Michelle.
No, we are giving praise to the feminine divine.
Yes.
All hail vaginas.
All hail. Neela Blaze. Yeah, boy, you have a heal up the thing there with the woman them powerful.
I told them.
Yes, sir. Get it forward. But right here is where I'm going to deal with the issue, because we have to run over to Red Snapper Production. I have some other people, but the classroom has been very active and allow you all to multitask and do because I now hold no much longer. But I give thanks I give Yanks.
Give thanks.
I give Yanks together.
Eyes is eye.
Eyes is eye.
Bless up to the Empress, them, you know?
Yeah.
And bless up to the brother. Nah, man, give me a link.
Yo, bless up, man, for real, man. Love it. Food is great.
Mute your phone. All right. Bird's eye.
Yes, sir.
Anything you want to say to the master
before you go?
Well, if me go say anything to the masses, them have to go listen keenly.
Yes.
Once upon a time, black beauty so divine. Mirror on the wall, who's the fairest of them all? Melanin, black skin beauty, embrace your natural roots. No make them wash your brain, cause that cleans away the stains. From the past to the present, guidance to the future.
Bird's eye, me.
Nice, man.
I'm going to call you later.
Yeah?
All right, my boss.
Highly blessed.
Big up everybody. Blessings.
Highly.
Strong Lion, where are you with everything all right? You see the content?
Man, blessed, man. Man, yeah, man. I read them, man. Just link up, Rasta. Radio. It's Dylan, you know? Give thanks, Rasta. I love.
Neela Blaze has dropped off. Neela Blaze.
Bless up, Michelle.
Bless up, Michelle and Neela Blaze. They look like they're multitasking, so we're gonna link, all right? Bless up, my lord.
Aye.
All right, there you have it. Yeah, the first segment. Now it's brought to you by Red Snapper. We're going to chat to Red Snapper and get something sorted out. I think she sent me a voice note. But in the meantime, let me get a one word from our sponsors and return. Please, I'm telling you. Marvelous show.
Niamin's Restaurant and Catering Services. Niamin's Fresh Jamaican Food. Monday, curry chicken and stewed chicken. Tuesday, stewed chicken, curry shrimp. Wednesday, stewed chicken, curry chicken, stewed peas. Niamin's Restaurant and Catering Services. Niamin's Fresh Jamaican Food. Thursday, curry chicken, stewed chicken, roti wrap, oxtail and beans. Friday, curry chicken, stewed chicken, fish festivals, Jamaican jerk chicken. Sides, rice, peas, cabbage, plantains, banana bread festivals, Jamaican bread. Niamin's Restaurant and Catering Services. Niamin's Fresh Jamaican Food. Drinks, lemonade, smoothies, desserts, slices of cake include strawberry and vanilla. Please note any meals that is not on our daily menu must be pre-ordered 24 hours in advance. Niamin's Restaurant and Catering Services. Niamin's Fresh Jamaican Food. We also cater for weddings, birthdays, and special occasions. Call or text 260-209-8730 or 404-901-7060. That's 404-901-7060. Niamin's Restaurant and Catering Services. Niamin's Fresh Jamaican Food. Fort Wayne area free delivery. Surrounding areas delivery free. Orders after 6 p.m. Family bundles $40 minimum. Niamin's Restaurant and Catering Services. Niamin's Fresh Jamaican Food. Keep it locked to Fresh Radio Vibes. Fresh Radio Vibes. Always Caribbean strong.
This is a public announcement. A tree without its roots shall die, and a nation without its identity can never prosper. The Nyankipong Sovereign Maroon Global Tribal Nation Territories, partners of the UN ILO Indigenous and Tribal People Convention Law, have your identification card. Get it now. Your nationality as a Maroon sovereign person give you the protection of the laws of the rights that you deserve. Application forms are available now. In the USA, contact Representative Russ Gadites at GADIETHZ Gadites@gmail.com or call them at 1260-209-8730. Contact the Jamaican head office at 1-876-605-7987 or 1-876-773-4594. Visit our website at Nyankipong Maroon Sovereign State.org. Call, sign up now. United we stand with the Nyanki Pong Maroon Sovereign State. This is powered by Fresh Radio Vibes and the Nyanki Pong Sovereign State. Now the dream has become a reality. A public announcement. A tree without its roots shall die, and a nation without its identity can never prosper. The Nyanki Pong Sovereign Maroon Global Tribal Nation Territories, partners of the UN ILO Indigenous and Tribal People Convention Law. Have your identification card. Get it now. Your nationality as a Maroon sovereign person give you the protection of the laws of the rights that you deserve. Application forms are available now. In the USA, contact Representative Russ Gadites at GADIETHZ Gadites at gmail.com or call them at 1260-209-8730. Contact the Jamaican head office at 1-876-605-7987 or 1-876-773-4594. Visit our website at nyankipongmaroonsovereignState.org. Call, sign up now. United we stand with the Nyanki Pong Maroon Sovereign State. This is powered by Fresh Radio Vibes and the Nyanki Pong Sovereign State. Now the dream has become a reality.
I is a nuisance, a kind of nuisance. I is a nuisance, don't come here with your 2 cents. I is a nuisance, a kind of nuisance. I is a nuisance, don't come here with your 2 cents. Don't tell me about fucking protocol for the carnival. I dragging me chain, I come here to stand the bacchanal. I get the road with me jump, I ride like animal. I program me principal, go on and pretty girl. Dirty people, I'll just dirty people. Get the show line on you, then start to reverse like vehicle. Dirty people, just dirty people. Get the show line on you, then start to reverse like vehicle. I ain't in the end, I don't let you know. I is a nuisance, a kind of nuisance. I is a nuisance, don't come here with your 2 cents. I is a nuisance, a kind of nuisance. I is a nuisance, don't come here with your 2 cents. Don't tell me about fucking protocol for the carnival. I dragging me chain, I come here to stand the bacchanal.
Yeah, we're heading over to Jamaica right now. The Corporation of Jamaica, we're coming over right now. Crazy people. It's the International Grand Rising Show. Gotta give it up to His Excellency Daniel Z. Basra, the Queen Birdseye, alongside His Empress Michelle, the Lion himself, Strong Lion, Neil Blaze. Not to mention the man with the vision, Mark Rexos.
Don't come here with your 2 cents. Don't tell me about fucking protocol for the carnival. I dragging me chain, I come here to stand the bacchanal. I get the road with me jump, I run like animal. Pull that up again.
We're gonna chat with some of the artists out of the Red Snapper family. Let's go.
I is a nuisance, a kind of nuisance. I is a nuisance, don't come here with your 2 cents. I is a nuisance, a kind of nuisance. I is a nuisance, don't come nuisance. Don't tell me about fucking protocol for the carnival. I dragging me chain, I come here to stand the bacchanal. I get the road with me jump, I ride like animal. I program me principal, go on and pretty girl. Dirty people, I'll just dirty people. Get the show line on you, then start to reverse like vehicle. Dirty people, I'll just dirty people. Get the show line on
Whoa.
I try to be China, come here to stand the back. I get the road with me to my eye when I got him. I put on my birds to my phone and a pretty girl. People, and just the tea people. Jimmy show I love you. Then start to reverse like people. The tea people, and just the tea people. Jimmy show I love you. Then start to reverse like people. Don't tell me about fucking protocol for the carnival. I try to be China back. I get the road with me to my eye when I got him. I put on my birds to my phone and a pretty girl. Nuisance, 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 2 cents, nuisance, 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 2 cents. Dirty people, and just dirty people. Jelly show I love you, then start to reverse like people. Dirty people, and just dirty people. Jelly show I love you, then start to reverse like people.
Wow, as we get into the segments, we're going to be getting over into Jamaica in a minute.
Forget we start this spoiling thing. Yeah, let me remind you. I don't fit with a big cup of Henny and a bag of the bush for the Mary. A big long chain to the belly. Don't bring no drama, you ain't ready.
You know how it is.
Man been hot from the 90s when your mother used to wear old Nikes to go to a bio jam and hear some tune from Avalanche. Hey, what you know about rock? What you know about Cruise and rock? What you know about Jonesy mash up the place with the girl fling back? What you know about rock? Daddy Jones.
I don't know why my phone is ringing.
They forget we start this spoiling thing.
Is my phone ringing?
Yeah, let me remind you. I don't fit with a big cup of Henny and a bag of the bush for the Mary. A big long chain to the belly.
Gotta
Don't
say big
bring no
up to the
drama, you
USBI.
ready. Man been hot from the 90s when your mother used to wear old Nikes to go to a bio jam and hear some tune from Avalanche. Hey, what you know about rock? What you know about Cruise and rock? What you know about Come Down Jonesy mash up the place with the girl fling back?
I don't know what go on.
What you know about rock? What you know about Cruise and rock? What you know about ringing the eye and the jungle to make all the girl fling back? Hey Jones, we doing it bigger. Everything we doing it bigger. You want walk, we go walk you bigger. Down to the gong, something gain digger.
Gotta say big up to the man named Willie God.
Everything we doing it bigger. You want walk, we go walk you bigger. Wait, hold that thing there. You gotta lash it. Bram, 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 bram. Turn round, girl, let me lash it. Bram, 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 bram. Bend down, girl, let me lash it. Whip, wop, don't play with it. Whip, wop, don't play with it. Bram, 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 bram. Yeah, hey. We don't bet when the rhythm turn on. Mash up the place like a storm. Act the fool and carry on. But don't bring no beef, we get on. Don't feel like we just stop boiling. Cause we been had the whole pot boiling. In old mill driving, starlights crush. We had your girlfriend whiling. What you know about rock? What you know about Cruise and rock? What you know about Come Down Jonesy mash up the place with the girl fling back? Rock. What you know about rock? What you know about Cruise and rock? What you know about ringing the eye and the jungle to make all the girl fling back? Hey Jones, we doing it bigger. Everything we doing it bigger. You want walk, we go walk you bigger. Down to the gong, something gain digger. Hey Jones, we doing it bigger. Everything we doing it bigger. You want walk, we go walk you bigger. Wait, hold that thing there. You gotta lash it. Bram, 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 bram. Turn round, girl, let me lash it. Bram, 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 bram. Bend down, girl, let me lash it. Whip, wop, don't play with it. Whip, wop, don't play with it. Bram, 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 bram. Where you stop at? You gotta lash it. Bram, 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 bram. Turn round, girl, let me lash it. Bram, 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 bram. Bend down, girl, let me lash it. Whip, wop, don't play with it. Whip, wop, don't play with it. Bram, 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 bram. You gotta lash it. Bram, 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 bram. Lash it. Bram, 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 bram. Lash it. Bram, 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 bram. Lash it. Bram, 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 bram. You gotta lash it.
Steamy, yeah, we doing the thing steamy. Yeah. Steamy, steamy, yeah, we keeping the vibe steamy. Tell them it's any time, it's any place. Cause we doing it steamy, yeah, we steamy. Go,
pass at you know. Cock up your foot and prepare that walk. We bad anyway. We steam up the vibes, yeah, we just start it. We don't sleep and rise and do the same again. So if it's no carnival at the end of the day, plenty more must come. Pray to God and he say at the end of the day, plenty more must come. Back on stage in a show, plenty more must come. So they never gonna stop we from we stay. Because we doing it steamy, you steamy, you know. Steamy, we steamy, you know. Anyway that we see where you steamy, you know. Steamy, we steamy, you know.
17 minutes into the hour.
We doing it steamy. We doing it steamy. We doing it steamy. Some people want to know what the steam is. Could have different meanings. The gal have the steam and the skip man the steam and the soft certain man catching feelings. But the steam of the place is the same thing. We all no play thing. We don't sleep and rise and do the same again. So if it's no carnival at the end of the day, plenty more must come. Pray to God and he say at the end of the day, plenty more must come. Back on stage in a show.
Telling you, I want to say big up to all the massive them right now. We are waiting to make
plenty more must come. So they never gonna stop me from the stage. We doing it steamy, you steamy, you know. Steamy, steamy, you know. Anyway that seaway, steamy, you know. Steamy, steamy. Hey, I'm a DJ, pull that up again. Pull it up again. Pull it up again. Pull it up again. You got to learn.
Serious right now, you know what I mean? As we say, good at grand rising to all the masses. Let's get into it right now.
From a different angle. Don't feed the fear. First realize the prison of your mind before you can escape it. It's Razy with a message for the people. Cannot record. You can't sit down every day and say nothing now go on. Start do something and say something now go on. I try to sway the button and the button now go on. Don't give up, try again and see the button now. No matter sit down every day and say nothing now go on. Start do something and say something now go on. I try to sway the button and the button now go on.
Out to the Red Snapper, the Red Snapper promotion. Try again now. RZ.
Man fi beg a 10 or 20. To you it's small, Murphy it's our plenty. Oh you live when you're 16, you can't live when you're 20. Enough youths, not even got nowhere to put them head. Can't board at the sheet, cold concrete and them bed.
You know that Red Snapper is doing this big promotion right here on Fresh Radio Vibes. Just want to say big up all the artists inside the campus.
Start do something and say something now go on. I try to sway the button and the button now go on.
Yes, we tell you we're going to link up inside that beautiful place called Jamaica, and the corporation is there. We're definitely pushing some of the big songs that's coming out of the camp of none other than the Red Snapper. We're trying to see how best we can get one of the artists that is representing that label out and going. We've just played some hardcore tracks right there. We're gonna get into one of the artists that we've tried. You remember we talked to Technical yesterday, and I must say that Technical is very, very, very much, you know what I mean, a part of the team right now. He is in rotation, and we plan to keep him right there in rotation. The big artist we're supposed to touch base with today is Merciless, and he has gone ahead and put in some of the songs that, you know, we are sharing with our listeners. I think our DJ is telling us that we have one ready up for him. Let's see what's popping. Hold on. Fresh Radio Vibes right here. Let's see how best we can get our DJ drop something inside the mix.
Pull it up again, pull it up again, pull it up again.
Where the girl them they know? All of the girl them know them can wine. Let me son some over the waistline. All of the girl them know them can wine. Ladies, wine you fi wine, you fi wine, you fi wine. You're not dead in your waist, you're not sick in your spine. Wine you fi wine, you fi wine, you fi wine. Let me see the tight nookie wine. So wine you fi wine, you fi wine, you fi wine. You're not dead in your
lines have just gone off a while ago. Ayata, good morning. Grand Rising. I've been trying to reach you, but I don't know why I couldn't get you early on. What's popping? How you doing?
You click me, and then you hang up, and I tried calling you.
I was just heading on air when you called me, and I was doing something, and I called you back still, but I didn't get to you,
And then the internet, it's cloudy over here, rain a lot last night. We go with the internet.
Yeah, we're getting some rain right now in Indiana as we speak. And but we tried this morning. I don't know what's on your mind. I don't know. From the other day, you're supposed to send me some papers, and I don't get no papers at all.
I only send you what they send me.
I didn't get it. No, I didn't get it. Let me check. Did you send it via Messenger or what?
I think I sent it on WhatsApp because Messenger I couldn't do that.
You send it on what? What was it about? What was it about actually? What was your concern?
I find out that it's really about the bad mistreatment of finance. Something that happened over there and over there and
the BVI.
Over there, across the way from Miami, we call it Bahamas, Turkish.
Mm-hmm.
So that's what's going on in Tatola right now, because the governor went back and he talked about the mishandling of the finance, and those people don't leave, and they leave them with option. Just like over there. So that means they got people in the house besides those people, so nobody gonna do no voting right now until they see that the people them who they pick, the people who they pick to run the country without politics, that's who in there right now overseeing the country, because those people mishandle the money. And so they say in the election until how that went, something like that. I don't know. This is what I'm getting. But now he wanted to go vote for another 4 years.
But we don't know that this thing. Etta, Grand Rising, Etta, how you doing? Oh, Etta is not there as yet. But this 40 recommendation that has been sent down by the UK. Do you know any of the recommendations? What are some of the recommendations?
Only one of them I told you I got from the person.
And that is what I only see the 40 recommendation, but I don't see what the recommendations are.
But I'm only telling you that's what they send me, Garage.
Okay.
I lie to you.
Oh, no, I'm not saying that you're lying to me.
And then the other thing that they said is that one of the things is these people could come in and live in our country for 2 years, and then that could be they could vote. But that's concerning immigration. That they have nothing to do with, immigration have to deal with that part. So I get that resource because I asked questions from someone else.
Yes.
So this is the answer that I got, so we have to investigate and see what that is really about.
Yeah, well, not to say that I don't sound anyway surprised about this, but the governance of the British Virgin Islands is an embarrassment to our people, and when these leaders make these nasty things look like it's an entire island that live and love these things.
And what she's saying, the last party I speak to, what she's saying is that it's not the people in the country, it's the politician that do these things, dipping their hand and making problems and all that bloody money, man.
Yeah, but the people them shut them out when the politician them do these things and tell them that my cousin, now my brother son, he from here. So that's why the UK now go get no stopping for coming to the country and take advantage of you, because You know that your brother is doing some injustice, but instead of you stand up and tell your brother, say, them to stop them foolishness, you tell them, say, well, he family, you know, I can't put it over you. It's not putting over somebody. The country is being led by a bunch of imbeciles, and these imbeciles figure more or less say, we are comfortable with it. It can't work the way then. It cannot work that way, Sharon, and it's a shame that in 2022, our ancestors are witnessing this kind of foolishness where a country is going to be turned over back to the UK.
And then I find out also that, but the UK was never theirs. They never had it.
Have what?
If you really, the island itself, at one time they had it.
No, the UK didn't have the British Virgin Islands. The UK give the British Virgin Islands a protection from outside. Yeah, it's protect the country for itself. But then the leaders the leaders take it onto themselves, say they don't have nobody to report to, so them can do what they want with the people. The injustice that has taken over the BVI.
That's where England come in and send in the investigators.
Yeah, well,
and we realize that the politicians doing a lot of things to the people that is in the land, whether it's foreign or local.
Yes.
And this right now they find out the justice, and when the governor went back with the report and said those people is mishandling our money in the street, cannot.
Yes, it's a shame.
They have to come out of there and put in people, they have to handpick people now to go in the system and overtake and handle the business and see if they can do it the right way. You know that go because talk is one way.
I'm trying to get some other things, Sharon, because I'll have to tomorrow. I will try to see if I can get some of the movers and shakers. People are not answering their phone because I believe that they're embarrassed, because I have been saying this for eons, that if we don't stop doing what we're doing to ourselves, people will think that we don't love ourselves so they can do anything at all to us. It is atrocious.
But Etta online. I don't know why Etta ain't talking, but she online.
Etta, you there, Etta? I call Etta the BVI Ross, Sealinger. But as I said,
I see you, I see King, and I see Etta. So
yeah, but I don't
messing up.
I don't know how come we're not hearing them. You know what I mean?
Not messing up. Boo boo.
No, Etta, no. One is ringing. And Etta phone is I just trying to connect Etta again, because see there, Etta is busy. I think she have been there. Let me put some pressure on it. I have a promotion in Jamaica that's waiting. I'll call you back tomorrow, but I'll put I'll get some answers for you, because the morning breath is live on Fresh Radio Vibes. Although they don't want to talk about certain things, but I'll get into it, man.
Yes, I will look into it.
Yes, thank you so much.
Yes,
that is my one and only sister Ayat over there. So Red Snapper is on board. I want to big up Red Snapper. It's an international Grand Rising show. We have people from all over. That is over there on the continent of Africa, as they call it. That's going. Let's see if we can get back the artist's name. Merciless. He is slated to take a phone call from us. We tried to reach out to him a while ago, and our lines came back a bit busy. Let's see if we can throw back his song inside the mix. DJ, do you have his mix line up? Big up to Lisa. She just reached another building. Bless up. Let's get Red Snapper promotion up and going. It is something that we treasure right here to get our brand going.
Where the girl them there? Where the girl them there now? All of the girl them know them can wine. Me son is a move on the waistline. All of the girl them know them can wine. Ladies, wine you fi wine, you fi wine, you fi wine. You know that in your waist, you know sick in your spine. Wine you fi wine, you fi wine, you fi wine. Let me see the tight nookie wine. Fine. Wine you fi wine, you fi wine, you fi wine. You know that in your waist, you know sick in
Hold on, I think the DJ's in the green room. Hold on there. This is Fresh Radio Vibes, your international global radio station. We streaming on all the platforms and all courtesy of the Red Snapper promotion. You see if the artist can't talk before we put him live. Hold on.
Make your body bounce, 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 make your body bounce, make it bounce, bounce, make your body bounce, make it bounce, bounce, make your body bounce, bounce. Wine you fi wine, you fi wine, you fi wine. You're not dead in your waist, you're not sick in your spine. Wine you fi wine, you fi wine, you fi wine. Let me see the tight nookie wine. Fine. Wine you fi wine, you fi wine, you fi wine. You're not dead in your waist, you're not sick in your spine. Wine you fi wine, you fi wine, you fi wine. Let me see you do it for me one more time. Line with gold, you're in control. When you climb on the pole, you have the man, mind and soul. You advance, them not stand a chance. When you take the middle and dance, girl, it's so amazing. To hold your left man in a trance, whether in a mini or short.
Just had him on the line a while ago.
And just wind up your ass and make your body bounce, bounce now, bounce now. Make your body bounce, make it bounce, bounce now. Make your body bounce, make it bounce, bounce now. Make your body bounce, bounce. Wine you fi wine, you fi wine, you fi wine. You're not dead in your waist, you're not sick in your
We're gonna try him back one more time. The sounds of Marcellus. Right here on Fresh Radio Vibe. He is inside our playlist, by the way. Hold on.
Wine for me, baby, come wine for me, wine for me, baby, come wine for me. You better wine for me, baby, come wine for me, wine for me. I don't listen, girl. Wine, you fi wine, you fi wine, you fi wine. You're not dead in your waist, you're not sick in your spine. I'm gonna say what them say update, I'm gonna murder them straight. Yeah, man, yeah, no, yeah, that's true. Yeah. Marcellus there, though. Hey, Lisa, them man go love off up and puff up and go on like them tough when them nuff up. Them no rifle, them rise left them head bust up. Better them shut up. Yeah, anyway them group up, me shoot up. Because them love chat and knock too tough. Rifle them tall, modify soup up. My rough like two boy nostril like mucus. Tell them say all of me dog my shooter. From boy fi dead, you not fi ask who first. Price pan them make me get the curious. Me should say them say update and me say murder them straight. Yeah man, you know. Yeah, that's true.
Seem as if we're not getting through
Hey Lisa,
the Corporation of Jamaica. Hold the lines. This hour is all courtesy of Red Snapper promotion.
Anyway, them group up, me shoot up. Because them love chat and knock too tough. Modify super. My rough like two boy nostril like mucus. Tell them say all of me dog them a shooter. From boy fi dead, you not fi ask who first. Price pan them head, me say that get me curious. Boom. Me no need no bribe, nah no boost. Me tell them anyway them group up, me shoot up. Because them love chat and knock too tough. Rifle them tall. Modify soup up. My rough like two boy nostril like mucus.
Hold on.
All of me dog them a shooter. From boy fi dead, we nah go ask who.
The phone line is open 260-209-8730. We're here until 2 o'clock.
None of them the dep and corner they chill. Special them a sip of marijuana man a bill. From boy fi dead them all they kill. The rifle them taller than hill. And when them sing them sound like Lauren Hill. People run for cover like a fire drill.
Gotta pick up the man called DJ Ellie over there in New York City.
Anyway, them group up, me show
TikTok, it all goes down. April 15th, 2 days from now.
Fly two boy nostril like mucus. Tell them say all of me dog them a shooter. From boy fi dead, you not fi ask who first.
From boy fi dead, you not fi ask who first.
Me no need no bribe, nah no boost. Me tell them anytime me shoot is a dead shot. Put them on mute with a headshot. Running on me war, I never know say is a dead shot. We never see them break that until them get fired.
Hold on.
Wanna make them gaps in area. Like said them in a headlock.
You have to watch.
All your mama where you burn candle.
Link your back.
You have to link me back tomorrow at the big show. Ellie, and you finally tell me you have to link me back. You know the bank account or Ellie. How long before you link me back?
Give me about half an hour.
half an hour show done by that time, you know, LA. Tomorrow, can we link tomorrow so we can discuss?
Yeah, tomorrow we'll talk then, no problem.
All right. No, sir, no. That DJ Ellie, right? That's a New York City. They're on fire right now. Yeah, big and serious. Tomorrow, the big show. And him just shout me for make me know what I'm going. We're still trying to get.
So yeah, them still update. I'm say man, them straight. Yeah, man, you know. Yeah, that's. Yeah.
We are trying about the number here one time.
Them go love off up and puff
one
up
time.
And like them tough when them not up. Them no rifle, them rise up.
We call him 3 times already. Let's go.
Let them shut up. Yeah. Anyway, them group up, me shoot up. Rifle them tall. Modify soup up. My rough like 2 banners till me dog them a shooter. From boy fi dead, you not fi ask. Christ man, them make me say that get me curious. Boom. Me no need no bribe, nah no boom. Me tell them anyway, them group up, me shoot up.
All courtesy of the Red Snapper. Yeah, we tried.
Me tell them say all of me dog them a shooter. Shooter fi dead, we not go ask who for.
Me say me can't get a link over the USB. Hold on there.
Special them a sip on marijuana man a bill. From boy fi dead them all a get killed. The rifle them taller than hill. Them sing them sound like Lauren Hill. People run fi cover like a fire drill. Body message up in a mall. Head boom like ball. 9 balls and it gone and it grill. Anyway them group up me shoot up. Because them love chat and knock two tough. Rifle them tall. Modify soup up. My rough like 2 boy nostril like mucus. Tell them say all of me dog them a shooter. From boy fi dead you not fi ask who first. Price pan them make me say that get be curious, boom. Me no need no bribe, no boost. Me tell them anytime me shoot is a dead shot. Put them pan mute to the headshot. Running on me war, I never know say is a dead chop. Him never see the red dot until him get 5 in at the set spot. Bore of forbid and exit the head back. Rock bone and make them gaps the ear, yeah. Like said them in a headlock. All the dark dreadlocks. All your mama where you bun triangle, yeah, with a head wrap. Everything I go dead. From them go bad out a wedlock. One of my dog dead, 10 of them are dead back. Pull up on them black now. Me nah sell crack. Like the ocean rush to the land, so me shell that. Who no evacuate a ton stone like bedrock. So when you hear the siren, your body left on the scene. I'm people feel a scream. Anyway them group up, me shoot up. Because them love chat and knock two tough. Modify soup up. Me rough like 2 boy nostril like mucus. Tell them say all of me dog them a shooter. From boy fi dead, you not fi ask who first. Price pan them head, me say that get me curious. Boom. Me no need no bribe, no boost up. Me tell them. No time we no need no boost.
Yes,
to go to crime. No time.
That's the sound of Marcellus.
Crime.
So much things happening on the outside. I'm trying to see if we can finish the last hour with the Red Snapper. As you know, Red Snapper, they have come on board and they've been, you know, giving us that energy. Also, I want to say big up to the USVI. There's a lot of things popping over there. DJ Avalanche from the other day, him saying that give me a link, but, you know, I don't know what go on. We're going to see what take place, all right? Welcome to the International Grand Rising Show where, you know, we touch base with all of the massive them. We get everything sorted out. It's been a pleasure. It was a pleasure, you know what I mean, being inside the building. Red Snapper, I know that we did not coordinate, but I think that the artist knows that we are doing big things. So when we ring your phone, you need to address it. I'm getting a lot of people online offering me to, you know, push my stream much more. They're offering to charge me money. I don't mind it. Last but not least, I think Queen Vanessa was supposed to give us a link over there. Let's see if her office is ready. It's the last hour, and we're putting everything on board when it comes on to Chief Vanessa. How you doing?
Greetings, Rascalites.
It's so like you can have a cup of tea right now. This morning when I called you, you were multitasking.
I was on the road.
Oh my God.
I was on the road. I was in the shops.
Oh my
So I said momentarily.
I figure more or less you was on the road and getting some things done.
Yeah.
I woke up this morning to to a message about some disturbance in the office up there in the UK. Is everything all right? Did you get a report on your desk?
Yeah, so not long ago when I came in, I spoke with Stargy. So, they seized the building and they've got their building over there. They call it Maroon Town.
Yes.
Now, the council have been trying to get it back, saying, we don't own it, da-di-da-di-da. So I believe this morning they came there and there was only one person in the building. And here's the thing I keep saying to everyone, study the paperwork. Because if you study the paperwork, I don't know everything, but if you study the paperwork and these boys in blue turn up, you've got enough articles and codes to quote to them, right? To have in your defense. So they've literally put a lock back on the door. So now they've taken it back. So since I spoke with the guys, police came and wrongfully evicted them and wrongfully removed them. So they went to court today, and they were going to sign a particular piece of paper, but they were too late. So they've put in an application to go to the Crown Court tomorrow.
Yeah.
And the application is a re-entry application. And normally that's for people who live in property, so they hope it works. So tomorrow they'll be going back there. So they can't go back into the property. They mashed up some of it. They put their locks on. So that's where it is at the moment.
We are in a very serious time as usual. But as I said to our people that if we stand together, we can get some form of recognition going on. This will not deter us from carrying out the works of our indigenous people, because we are for these kind of rights. Was there anyone injured or anyone in custody or anything?
No injuries at all. What the police did was they mashed up the place. Only one people.
Hold on. The police mash up the place?
Yep.
But why would the police?
So I need more detail.
Well,
as far as they're concerned,
yes,
our guys are there illegally, not unlawfully, illegally, because that's their language, yeah.
Yes.
And the people who previously owned it, I think they want it back, but they can't.
You see, we're under our common law. We have rights to the place. These maritime law that they're putting forward is very barbaric, and it does not have any grounds to stop our people. And this is what we're facing. Collectively speaking, we have a lot of people who are aware of their rights. Chief Vanessa, it's like pulling teeth sometimes to give our people the freedom that they deserve. But I understand that you have unscrupulous people who are also jealous of the bold move that we have made over the couple of years that they themselves have not made. Do you think that people are behind this move to really break the spirit of our people and try to make it seem like we have not achieved greatness in this time?
I think so. Because they didn't have the mental fortitude to do something like this. They didn't have the vision. Now somebody else has come along and doing it in front of them. There's jealousy, there's resentment, there's all the things that's negative, that even I wouldn't be surprised if it was somebody who even actually informed the police. Do you know what I'm saying? Because this is the kind of time we live in. I don't know the details at all. All I know is when I spoke to Stargy a little while, they've just literally come back from the courts, and tomorrow now they're going to the Crown Court to put in their application.
I don't have Sarge number, else I would patch him in right now because I think he needs to know that, you know what I mean.
Let me see if I can.
Yeah, see if you can patch him in. See if you can patch him in, please. There you have it. We have the UK office, and I'm over here in the United States, but you know it's one connection. It's one connection, and I just want everyone to know that these sort of intimidations are things that we expect to happen. You know, we're trying to get Sarge on the line because this is his office that has been under attack. And we know that, you know, people are unscrupulous people out there who wish not to see us make these giant leap. They will put into place things to hamper us. But Moan Sarge, you know, Grand Rising.
Yeah, Grand Rising. Sarge, I've got Rascalites here. Are you still on your radio show, Rascalites?
Yes, I'm doing the last hour of it. I've been trying to put a civil situation to what's been developing because we got a voice, we got something on our desk this morning that, you know, our brother Sarge, you know what I mean, his office has been, you know, violated. And we don't take the violation simple because if they violate one, they violate all. So I had to get to Chief Vanessa to clarify that, and you were on the phone, and then we asked to get Sarge on board so we can put this on the record so they know that we know our rights. And that's why I say Grand Rising Sarge. Aile? Sarge. Yes. Yes.
Sarge, are you there?
Yeah, bless it.
Multitasking as usual.
Yeah, that's my gifted man, grace man.
My lad,
up there, you know.
My lad, nothing to slow down the progress. Nothing to slow down the progress.
Yeah.
I don't know, you're coming in a bit scratchy still. You don't know technologically speaking, it not sound clear, you know, but
yeah.
What I heard that the office has been violated by the hooligans who work under the crown, Sarge. What's up?
Yeah. Yes. We said this morning we get a big surprise. With some fraudulent document that I try to use and blue force with.
Yes.
At the place. Yeah. And every document when they come in, not right. Following and have whole police on them.
Yes.
Whole soldier.
Yes.
They feel like they're not feeling somebody. So I mean, yeah.
Chief Vanessa, I barely hear anything that came out of the high priest temple, and we know it's very important what's going on. We have Panama. Yeah, we have Panama, we have Cayman Islands, we have Bahamas. We also have more people in the UK that is paying attention to this. They're very concerned about what you're saying, you know, so we want the item really gravitate to what's going on. This violation is something that has been taking place for quite a while because our people rights have been taken away and given privilege, so they feel like it's a privilege for them to capture our land, thief our babies on birth paper and violate our rights. I would say it now happen the way they talk to me.
What they do, we went away this morning. We do a funeral thing like a night.
Yes.
Everybody clothes on, clean up and go this morning. By the time we leave and come back. We leave and go home.
Yes.
Me here one phone call, security there to watch the place.
Yes.
When they called me and tell me that bailiff and everybody over there. And then when I reach over there, they fraud the paper. A lot of police come over there, try blue folks. I try like everything they break the law. What they come with some paperwork It's not real. It's fraud. The paper them a try, but they use blue force. But now we now I show we gonna step back to the court now. I show them who we are. So it's gonna be a good look.
So
you know.
So my thing is, not only did they violate the right, they also destroy the sovereign property of our people also.
Yes. Well, we build a proper community thing for entertain our people to come over there. They can learn the culture, everything we're making over there, and they can violate it.
Yes.
Because of jealousy of the way we're living so nice. Are living so good.
So
everybody.
So this as I'm hearing, we understand that the councillor has been informed to terrorize the Maroon office, and she has brought forth the brute force of the Royal Police Force to carry out their dirty deeds as far as what's going on, and then up on top of that, destroying personal property that belongs to the office. This does not look good.
That look good.
Don't look good.
That look good. But they're gonna get a lawsuit and they're gonna get a fine.
Yes.
And they have to pay for everything. And they're not getting away with what they done.
Vanessa,
they can't get away. Say they might look for much $1 million when we're done with them. I will not play with them.
No. Chief, hold on, Sergeant. Chief Vanessa, your office is there, and this is, you know what they do when they do these things, they tend to use an example to say, well, either we stop going on this path or they're going to be more barbaric. How do you look at this situation at this time? It's 2022, for crying out loud.
So here's my take on things like this. What doesn't break you will strengthen you. Yes. So for me, it's like whatever animation that they throw at us, we just get more power. Mm-hmm. And again, we speak about it all the time. It's not about the physical power. We're using our pens, we're using our mind power, and then we're using our people. So they can throw it our way. We're ready for it.
Yeah. Yes. Them gonna get a lawsuit they never see in them life. So what they do, come in them front of the paper and try to take quick. But we don't see it and own that. So what they should do, just leave it alone. But now when we go to the court can see our paper and see everything. And then they will know who we are. So I mean,
as I said, people, you're listening to us, and I've always stressed that the identification is just a key to the door. When you get inside the house, we have to know where the bathroom, the kitchen, and the bedroom is. There's a thing that I spoke to Chief Vanessa about that we need to do, because we are not going to be the ignorant in this situation. We're going to inform these draconian demagogues that we are here. And I think what has been missing from this point is that these police that are carrying out the law as what they are being told are not knowledgeable, because if a letter of recognition, aka a redemption letter, is put together for all these agencies under the corporation, they will soon find out that they're actually infringing on people's rights. We are not under we are not under their corporate law. If any law we should be under is common law or maritime law, because we have water in us. And this sort of foolishness have to stop. So my thing is, you went to the court, we are informing them, the agency, that this government is here, is not a dream. What is the reaction from the judicial system?
Starting.
What started?
Hello?
Yeah, what did the judicial system say when you went in front of them this morning?
Yeah, we don't get the chance to get the court here, and now we put in we file, so they have to get back to it, and by a certain time they get back to it. We deal it from there. Because when you're in the court, it's different thing.
Yes.
When you're outside on the road, it's a different thing. So when you're in the court, it's a different thing. So I work with you, you know. That's how it goes.
We have
when you get in the court.
Yes. We have a lot of work to do. But I am confident that the work is going to get done because they're messing with our rights, and we have turned away from the privileges and want our right. In case you're just listening up, we need to know that nothing from planet Earth no belong to the corporation. It belong to us, the indigenous people. We give them authority by signing and putting our signatures on paper that they fraudulently defraud us. I am going to bring forth the birth paper thing. We're on to know about it. We've been getting, as I said, getting your ID, people, is the first step to opening the door. Queen Vanessa, I'm going to allow you back because I had to get you. Our time is up right now, and I had to hear from Saji himself. So Saji, your residents have been violated. What measures have you put in place? Are you okay?
Yeah, really, I'm brilliant. The only thing I just miss my community, because that is a brilliant community in England where we're setting up for all people can come and see what our Maroon great, you know. So what they come and destroy is a lot of crying for me in my heart. Yes. You know, when I build my country, I build my government, I do things very powerful. Yes, but this not gonna stop with. This not gonna stop it. It's gonna make we get richer and we more get powerfuler, and everybody have to come together same way. Cause we're not stopping, and we're not stop seizing. More things we're gonna seize, and then more have to know. So what they do, I'm breaking the law all the time. They have to stop breaking the law. Nobody can force our law to people, and you're not keeping the law.
No, but not because
doing the law, right?
Not because it's a law mean that it's lawful, you know. And a lot of these barbaric situation that we are adhering to is actually subjugating our people. We're not a subject of the crown. Subjects are slaves, and as soon as the corporation workers get this through their thick skull, I think we'll stand a chance to get more progress done. But as we said, Queen Vanessa, what doesn't kill you only make it stronger. And the more they fight is the more resistance we're going to apply to their baboon action. And I just want to say, yo, Sergeant, we're there, you know. We're there in a family. We're there.
Yeah, man. And like we said, we're not stopping doing what we're doing. It is my job to seize. Yes, and, you know, sometimes if you get 20 billion or 40 billion, sometimes you will lose 1 or 2.
Yes, sir.
You know, it depends. Keep fighting.
Yes.
Sometimes when they know that they can't win no more, you have to leave a couple, 1,000 of them. And, you know, so it goes. You know, they're not gonna, everything is going, but we're not stopping.
We know that this wasn't easy, because if it was easy, it would have been done already. And we have great example as to right, Excellency Marcus Messiah Garvey. You know, we have the Emperor. You know, we don't have we have a lot of strength out there to rally on, and I see you in your fullness right now, being an example for the nation. We not take no more sacrifice round us, and we not turn no matter, because we are the creator. And we build this. Yeah.
Let's stand up and do it more. And some serious man. Let a Maroon know that he can't be a Maroon and you come here with your coward life.
No.
You gotta be brave.
Yeah, wild and anti-him.
Yeah, every Maroon to be brave.
Yes, sir.
Brave Maroon.
Yes, sir.
So when you sign up, you to be brave in your heart. Different people, different who around you. Yeah.
Yes,
yeah. So Maroon, all the Maroon, you know that when you sign up, if a man have a problem in America, we go there. A man have a problem in Canada, we go there. Anywhere the Maroon have problem, we link up and go there and defend it. Yeah, and that's where we set it in London. And we're never gonna stop it. No matter what they do, they're never gonna stop. We have to be the winner, not the loser.
I give praises. I give praises to all the strength and knowledge where we're gathering. The woman them have to be protected and provided for. You know, we're a lion in a jungle. You know, and we say, yo, we have to roar.
Yeah.
We have to roar, and I love the fact that we have something tangible going on right now. And whosoever out there who are listening to us, you must understand that today for me, tomorrow for you. So stop thinking for yourself alone. Let's think collectively. We have a community where grow food. You know, we look about our brand, forget it out there. We get money, the community get money. A lot of time when the people get food for eat. It's out of the goodness of where we are where you are support us with. Get it going. And Saji is a militant youth in the army. And we say, yo, no weapon that form against the Maroon Nation shall prosper, you know. We shall avail.
Yeah. I remember, like we said, Maroon live good to each other. Maroon love every Maroon. I respect every Maroon. Don't lie to a Maroon, don't thief from a Maroon. Welcome a Maroon. Yeah. See me? Yeah.
Hi, Chief
right,
Vanessa. Yes.
Yeah. I'm going to go back to Maroon. So I go on.
Yes, sir. Hey, you have my text. I am going to keep in contact with you via texting, so you don't know. Our oneness, the office of Africa Connect.
Yeah, one love, everyone.
One love. Chief Vanessa, I'll allow you to get some rest because I know the time is 6 hours ahead of us. We're supposed to be meeting this evening privately, so...
I'm sending you the link. As soon as I get off this call, I'm sending you the link.
All right. But thank you so much. And we shall avail and stay prosperous and protected.
Thanks so much.
All right. That is the beautiful Vanessa. She is in the UK office. As you see, we've come to the climax of our show. I tried to get Marcellus. I didn't get him. But tomorrow, we'll try again. We're here every day from 10 till 2, putting in that sort of work. And until we meet again, we shall avail. I love you, my brothers. I love you, my sisters. But most importantly, the Almighty God that created heaven and earth love you even more.
I know you're out there. I can feel you now. I know that you're afraid. You're afraid of us. You're afraid of change. I don't know the future. I didn't come here to tell you how this is going to end. I came here to tell you how it's going to begin. I'm going to hang up this phone, and then I'm going to show these people what you don't want them to see. I'm going to show them a world without you. A world without rules and controls, without borders or boundaries. A world where anything is possible. Where we go from there is a choice I leave to you.
Fresh Radio Vibes, the most feared internet radio station on planet Earth. The resistant radio station. Fresh Radio Vibes. Fresh Radio Vibes. Fresh Radio Vibes, the most feared internet radio station on planet Earth. The resistant radio station.